It is now time for the Week 4 Fantasy Show. After 3 weeks now in the books, we're almost a quarter of the season in, pretty soon. So a big week 3 for a few teams. Looking at the matchups for this past week. Starting with the Toilet Bowl matchup of the week, we saw my team once again score less than 100 points against Bill's team, but my team pulls out a lucky win that I will gladly take. 93.02 to 89.6. It was a sweat the whole way, all the way down to Monday night with Gibbs and Henry. But when we looked at the team last week and previewed the matchup, we always knew it was going to come down to Monday Night Football with Bill having those two great running backs on both on Monday night. So I got off to a sizable lead due to Bill's team just being absolute dog shit. Calvin Ridley only had 3.7 points. He looks like dog shit the whole season. McMillan did a 7.8, had 8 targets, but only caught 3 of them. His tight end was ass for the Browns. His other Browns wide receiver, Judy, was ass. Bourne was ass. So that gave me a chance to get a bigger lead, even though my team didn't do much, where then his Gibbs and Henry workhorses both had to get 21 points. Obviously, Gibbs did his thing with 2 touchdowns and carried the load, but Henry, that's now back-to-back kind of mediocre, non-Henry-like performances. After week 1, we all thought Henry was going to be a huge player, but he only got 10.7. He fumbled, which cost them, the Ravens, in that game. So thank you, Henry, for not going off. After that first 2 drives where they both scored touchdowns, I thought I was fucked for sure. But thanks you, Lions, for bottling up Henry the rest of the way. On my side, not too many great performances to highlight here. Obviously, Pickens was my best player with 17 big points and a nice touchdown. Now that CeeDee Lamb's out, maybe that helps him get even more points moving forward. We'll see. Obviously, my team also picks up a pretty bad injury. Mike Evans, hamstring on a route. So that's not good. He did have a nice game before that with the touchdown. So he's going to be out for a while, so that's not good. That's not what my team needs, but we'll see. Jordan Love got bottled up by Cleveland. Wasn't that great of a matchup. Hopefully better times are ahead with him playing Cowboys next week. Unlucky to Bill, he left some critical points on the bench. He took out Ibuka because of Adam Schefter's tweet, and Ibuka had a nice game once again. And then he left 29 huge points for Hunter Henry with 2 touchdowns on his bench and started the Browns tight end instead. So some major errors for Bill. If he would have just started one of those, he would have won. But I will take the win any way I can get him right now with my team looking like dog shit. And GG's to Bill. Anybody want to make any comments on this shit matchup? Anyone want to complain about how I was so lucky to get 93 points and get a win? Go ahead.
Someone had to win that
Um,
matchup.
I
Okay.
think these teams are both missing the playoffs, so
Oh, okay. All right. So you're changing your predictions after 3 weeks in, huh? Because originally I think you had us both in the playoffs in your
yeah,
preseason
I might
prediction.
I might have to redo my predictions.
Well,
Okay.
we'll do the midway. We'll do the midway
All right.
predictions.
All right. Moving on then to the next matchup of last week, we saw Rat take on Ernie, and really, Ernie kind of took Rat behind the woodshed. Another rough week for Rat. He got a win in week 2 with a decent performance, and then came right back down to earth in week number 3 with only scoring 90 points. 90 to 139.32. Ernie's team is looking pretty strong so far this season. Now at 2-1, Rat falls to 1-2. Right at Baker Mayfield, who had a decent game with 17. Could have been, felt like that game could have been even better for Baker. How the game started, Tampa was blowing him out, and then they kind of took the slack off in the second half and let the Jets get back into it. Obviously, losing Evans didn't help Baker. Kamara with a very bad game, only 6.6 points. The receptions have not been there. They haven't been checking down to Kamara that much, so it's kind of been what he's getting on the ground. Not been too great. J.K. Dobbins though did have a pretty decent game with a touchdown. Obviously, the big blow to Rat's team was he picked up a major injury. His number 1 overall pick, CeeDee Lamb, gets hurt and is looking like he's going to miss a little bit of time. At least probably like 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know if they're gonna keep him off IR or put him on IR, but a pretty bad injury for Rat at this time. Nico Collins though was a bright spot. He did have a huge touchdown and a huge game for 104 yards and 8 catches for 22 big points. Once again, this is now the third week in a row Rat has hyped up one of his ass players. First week it was Pacheco, then it was Pop Douglas, and then this week it was Cade Otton, and he gave a 0-point performance because he's not good. And then Pacheco, he had to throw him in there once again, and Hunt got the touchdown. Shocker. Devontae Smith, though, did have a nice game, a breakout game, as the Eagles' passing game finally came alive in that big comeback with 20 big points, and Boswell with a rough game as they didn't kick any field goals. Caleb Williams had a very nice game on the bench, though, with 29, so I guess that's a bright spot for Rat. Tracy got hurt as well on his bench, so that's not great. Overall, some injury problems now for Rat, and he's got some issues with flex, with Pacheco not being great. His tight end option is not looking good right now. So some big question marks on Rat's team, and the 1-2 start obviously not great. On Ernie's side, it's been a pretty nice start for Ernie. I don't think Ernie could hope for anything better at 2-1, scoring a lot of points each week. Drake May had another nice game. He scored 139 points, and Barkley had probably his worst game of the year with only 9.5 points. David Montgomery, as soon as I shit talk him on that first drive because he didn't get in for a single snap on that first drive of the game, then he just popped off after that. 12 carries, 2 touchdowns, 151 yards, 29 huge points. He didn't need it, though. He had already won it before that. A.J. Brown had a very nice game as well, finally. The first A.J. Brown sighting, over 100 yards and a touchdown. T. Higgins, though, has to be kind of the one main concern on Ernie's team with now Burrow out for most of the year. It's going to be rough for T. Higgins to get consistent points on a weekly basis.
That's just T. Higgins, but
yeah, that's kind of the rough part of Ernie's team is that T. Higgins. I know he's been actively putting in the chat quite a few times this past week and this weekend. Send trades, check offers, send trades. So he's clearly trying to trade with somebody. I don't know who it is because a few of us said we didn't receive any offers from Ernie. So he's clearly targeting someone. He almost had that rape of cheese earlier this week with fucking getting Josh Allen, which is one of the things on Ernie's team he probably could use as a Josh Allen quarterback, even though Drake Mays had a good season. Quentin Johnson had another solid game. Garrett Wilson looked very good. Pitts, how do you lose 30-0 to Carolina? This is the problem with Atlanta. They're not consistent. One week they look pretty decent. Pitts looks okay, and then the next week they lose 30-0 to Carolina and look absolutely horrible. Penix does not look very good. But Quentin Johnson continues to get a lot of targets, continues to look very good as a deep threat, putting up solid points. That pickup so far, I would say Quentin Johnson on the waivers has probably been the best pickup so far on waivers, so that has justified what Ernie spent on him for sure. Overall, pretty solid performance from Ernie and a good win for him. Anybody have any comments on these two teams or this matchup?
I just want to say, the league is better when, Ernie gets a big win and shit talks.
He wasn't shit talking though, was he?
No, he's we can't find him, Golfer. We don't know where he is. He just
he has been talking in
me.
the chat the last couple of days. He's been trying to get trades done apparently with somebody.
Yeah, Golfer. I sent him a DM yesterday at noon, and he hasn't even looked at it.
Well, okay. Well, maybe he'll read this and respond to it.
Something's going on there, but I pray for him.
I think we know what the something is. He's clearly busy doing something. I don't know if he's got a hobby now all of a sudden. If he's got a girlfriend, he won't tell us what it is. So it's clearly something taking up all his time, or he's just working 7 days a week. I don't know. I don't know, but it's one of those things.
Hope you're all right, Ernie.
Although I do find it interesting that on Sunday, when he saw that opportunity to rape Cheese on that trade, he instantly joins the party to try to get that trade over the line. So I do find it a little suspicious that, he was instantly in here when he realized he could. So maybe somebody pissed him off. I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know what's going on.
I hope you're okay. Dial 911 if you're in trouble.
Okay. All right. Maybe Ice got him. I don't know. We will never know because he doesn't ever respond to us questioning why he's now inactive and not ever in parties anymore. So
Well,
I don't think we'll ever find
yeah.
out. Maybe you need to use your investigation skills and figure that out.
If that's the initiation, then you got it. But anyway, Nico had a hurt lamb. I think is going to be battling for the playoffs now
Wow.
with his.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a step above what you said
with
me
his,
and Bill's teams were. So you think Rat's team
with
has a
his
chance?
the playoffs. I mean, his hurt lamb's got to get healthy. Maybe he probably needs to go to the vet. But
Do lambs
Trap
go to
House.
the vet? I don't think lambs go to the vet. They just get slaughtered.
He ain't slaughtered yet.
Okay.
Ernie's got no chance of making the playoffs, though.
No chance? Come on,
Nope.
Cronky. He's 2-1. He's scored like 130 plus, I think, all 3 weeks.
Golfer, he's not active enough. He's not setting his waivers. He's gonna fuck up a
Yes,
lineup.
he is. He
once or
picked
twice
up the
this
best
year.
waiver so far. That's just not fair, Cronky. I know because he's not in the parties and he's not DMing you back that you're saying these things, but what you're saying is
Golfer,
not
do you want
accurate.
to bet on this?
What you're saying is not accurate. Yeah, I think Ernie might make the playoffs with this team.
Okay, we will bet on that.
Okay. I mean, he's got Junkins on the bench now too. Look really solid. I mean, Junkins in one game with the Browns looked so good that Cheese almost disastrously traded away Josh Allen for Judkins. Like, all right. And Ernie was right there and ready to rape Cheese in that trade. And he's picked up the best player off of waivers so far. I don't know what else. What else are you? What else is active for you, Pusa? I don't understand.
Sending a DM every day,
Oh, okay.
like slaps.
Oh, okay. All right. Anybody else want to make any comments? Rat, you want to make some comments on a loss here that I think has you a little bit worried?
I'm not having fun.
You're not having fun.
My team is the Walking Dead right now.
Ooh. Okay.
Going into Sunday night, I didn't even want any more injuries, and then Tracy just loses a shoulder, so that was
And
great.
he's been golfer caveat. He's been wanting to trade with me for the entire week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's trying. I mean, based on my trade discussion, he's just trying to find someone to rape.
Whoa,
Seems
it's not
like-
a bad offer. People
Yeah,
want quarterback upgrades
it
for
pretty
free.
it pretty much is. He wants me to
I mean,
pay Jameson Williams for Baker
I
Mayfield.
feel like
People-
I got a DM yesterday when our trade negotiations from Rat saying, "God, your team is shit." And I found that was very ironic considering his team is in a very
I
similar
would have beat Bill
situation
this week, but
as my team.
I would have beat Bill this week.
No,
I got lucky.
Oh, okay, by like 0.6. Yeah. Because he scored 89 and you scored 90. Anyways, I mean, we similar. We both liked our drafts, but then half the team in these drafts has not performed to the level that we thought they would. So, and now we both have an injury to one of our key players. So I think it's very
Yeah,
similar.
but probably the
And we're
most key
both
player.
1-2. Huh?
My most key player certain stuff. I'm cooked.
Okay. Well, my most key player might as well be hurt because he's doing absolutely nothing out on the field. So, all right. Moving on then to the next matchup, we had Cheese taking on Anth. This one was kind of lower scoring as well, surprisingly. And this one, I trying to figure out the correct words here for this one. I thought for sure, and I think even Cheese thought that he had lost this matchup. And then by the miraculous gods of Russell Wilson being so dog shit, he came back and pulled this victory out. I couldn't believe it going on Sunday night. Anth had Patrick Mahomes and Malik Neighbors, and he only needed like 25 from them. And he didn't get anything. After Neighbors puts up that huge week last week, he has 3.3 points on Sunday night. Mahomes had his worst game of the year so far with only 13, and Cheese gets a victory, 112 to 104. The reason I think Cheese thought he had lost this already was because earlier in the day he was trading away Josh Allen for dog shit to Ernie because he felt like he needed another running back because his second running back is so dog shit, which it was, Tyler Algier. But he got the win, and he's now 2-1. Anth, his first loss of the season, kind of a weird loss, as it looked like he was set to go 3-0, and then the stunner happens on Sunday night. So GG's to Cheese. Josh Allen, 23 huge points. McCaffrey, 24. Obviously, Cheese would love to see Ladd McConkey get going. I don't
It'll
really know
happen.
how to explain Ladd McConkey. I have him in JV. It just seems like Quentin Johnson is eating into his production way more than it should. Tucker Kraft had his first kind of rough game of the season. Sutton, though, did bounce back after a disappointing week 2 with 23 huge points. And Booty is Booty now. On Ant's side, like we said, Neighbors really let him down. James Cook, though, continues to look really good with another touchdown and 100 yards rushing. A bit of a rough game for Breece Hall. They need Fields back in there to maybe help. Drake London continues to be one of those top tier wide receivers. There's a lot of them in those first 3 rounds that have not performed so far this season. Drake London is one of those, as Atlanta's offense just looks like dog shit. Jawan Johnson, though, had another nice game at tight end. Etienne did all right, and Pittman did well as well. So there is some bright spots. But this was kind of a surprising loss for Mant's team when it looked like he had this one. Cheese, your comments now at 2-0. That's kind of a big win for you, even though I don't
2-1.
think you actually thought you were going to win this one.
Look, we'll take it. We got bailed, but I'll say this: we still put up 112 on a down week, so that's
I mean,
not
was
the
it a
worst.
down week though?
Yes, I had multiple
You
players
got
get
a
like 3
good
points.
you got good performance from Sutton. You got good performance from McCaffrey and Allen. You can't expect anything from Algier.
I had 2 players combined to get 5 points. Okay, there's better
Okay, but
weeks ahead.
you can't really expect much from Tyler Algier and
Well, and
Buki.
he's not on my team anymore, so
I mean, you got what you probably deserved from those 2 players, a combined 5. I wouldn't call that a down. The only person that was really down was McConkey and Tucker Kraft.
I mean, still,
The
it's a good
rest was
week.
expected.
It's a good week starting 2 shit players and 2 down players. 112, not the worst I've seen.
Yeah.
But we've made the necessary changes this week.
Okay.
You
mean,
You're
two to
help you
You're
make
talking about your
necessary
trade,
changes.
which we will get
Taking
into
some
here in a
people
little bit.
behind the woodshed.
Okay,
Yeah,
Red.
did.
Yeah, we
It
will
was
get into
awful.
that here.
I don't.
I can't wait
what?
till we get to that.
We will
cannot
get
wait
into
till we
that,
get to
and both of them are here in the party, so we can
I
get
can't
both
wait
their
till we get to that.
explanations.
Okay,
So,
Red.
We have a live Tiger score alert. They're losing
buddy,
3 to 1
I
now.
know. I have it on. Thank you. You don't. This is a fantasy football show. Let's stick to fantasy football. It's these fucking Indians. All right. Yeah, let's move on then. Moving on to the next matchup, we had Pook, who's now changed all of a sudden, instead of the Peer of Darkness that he is referring to his team, it's now 8-3. So he clearly believes he's going to run the table the rest of the way, going 3. But right now he's 0-3 as he falls to Tyler, 138 to 111. Big win for Tyler now to go to 2-1, looking very strong so far to start this season. Tyler joined the very first week show when he thought that he was gonna win and then didn't win, and he hasn't been back since these 2 good weeks. So I'd be curious to get his take on his team right now. I'm sure he's pretty pleased with how it's performing. On Pook's side, another rough game from Dak Prescott. I mean, that game should have been high fantasy points for both Chicago players and Dallas players. So the fact that Dak only got 12 and now doesn't have CeeDee Lamb, he threw 2 picks. It's not looking like the Dak Prescott of old. That's got to be concerning. Henderson with another rough game. They're not quite using him well enough, I guess, which is surprising because all the other running backs for the Patriots have fumbleitis. So you would think they would just give him more run. Maybe they will in the future. Chuba Hubbard kind of had a rough game. If you would have told me Carolina scored 30 points, I would have thought Chuba Hubbard would have had like 20 points. So kind of rough there. Jefferson, I mean, this is probably kind of the new stat line for Jefferson moving forward. The only way he's going to get probably 20 is if he gets into the end zone. This week, 5 catches for 75 yards. Not horrible considering they're now on to Carson Wentz. But for him to get the huge game, he's going to have to get into the end zone, and I don't know how much Carson Wentz is going to be doing that. They did blow out Cincinnati, but Cincinnati's on to a worse quarterback than Carson Wentz. DK Metcalf continues to be kind of mediocre. He got in the end zone, but even with that touchdown, only 12 points. Brock Bowers continues to be kind of a surprise. I mean, 15 points in week 1 was pretty solid. Then he kind of got banged up, and now he's had single digits, 8.8 and 9.8. From a tight end, you would kind of take that some weeks, but when you use the draft capital that you use on Brock Bowers, you're expecting him to put up wide
Yeah,
receiver
I mean that's
numbers.
like
So
that's fine if
that's
if you took him in like the
yeah.
third round or the fourth round.
Yeah. I mean, if you're taking this guy as a tight end in the middle rounds, then that's not bad. But for what Brock Bowers did last year, he has not shown that same type of production this year so far. It is early in the season, so maybe that can turn around Pook's season if he starts getting the Bowers of last year. The Tennessee wide receiver, who I still don't want to even try to pronounce his name, he did look pretty solid. The one bright spot, I guess, for Tennessee. And then Scatabo, obviously, maybe that's why Pook is starting to show some light because he saw that great performance from Scatabo. So now he maybe thinks moving forward he has something there, which I think he does, because I think Scatabo the rest of the year will be the top guy for them, and will be him and Dart I think will have a good connection. Um, but overall, 111 not bad. He would have beat a lot of other people this week, but unfortunately he was facing Tyler, who just had a great game. He started Mariota, which had worked out well for him. 20 huge points, so that was a great start with Jaden Daniels out. Bucky Irving did okay. I'm still waiting for Bucky to get into the frickin' end zone. He's doing everything else besides getting into the end zone. Kenneth Walker had a nice game, got 2 touchdowns. Fortunately, didn't hit my prop because they were winning by so much. They didn't really run that well besides getting them the touchdowns. Obviously, Puka Nacua has looked like a maniac so far this season. He could end up the number 1 wide receiver this year. It would not surprise me the way that Rams offense is looking now with Burrow out and with the Vikings rough quarterback situation. I think Puka Nacua might be the guy, and Tyler took him, I wouldn't say high, but took him higher than what I think some people thought he would go. And it was kind of a big move because there was some other wide receivers out there like Amon-Ra, and he took him ahead of him. And so far it has worked out 100%. He's looked like a beast. DJ Moore did okay, got a touchdown. Kelsey, you're going to have some of these weeks from him. And then Olave has been pretty solid. Keenan Allen's been a good pickup for him. So overall, Tyler's team is looking very solid, very good. He's going to get Daniels back as well as Purdy. I think it's a pretty solid team. Right now, I'd say it's definitely a playoff team and looking very good and could be a top contender this year. Thoughts on Pook or Tyler's teams?
I would say that Puka is going to definitely miss the playoffs.
Okay.
And would say Tyler, if he stays active, will be a force to reckon with in this league. I think he's a top 3 team.
Okay. And now you say stays active. I don't know. Once again, what does that mean?
Well, as you know,
because he did make that comment in the chat today, setting you straight, or setting Zach straight.
He didn't set me straight, and then he really didn't hold up to his word. As soon as he said that, I sent him a DM, and he has still yet to get back to me.
Well, you didn't read his DM then, apparently, you dumbass. He literally told you in his message in the chat, if you send DMs asking about players or asking about a trade, he's not even going to respond. He wants an offer sent in the Sleeper app, and then he will counter back on that, and that's how he's going to negotiate. He literally spelled that out for you today. So no wonder you didn't get a response in the DMs.
Okay.
That's literally what he said. He literally said that Zach just sends questions and wants Tyler to come up with this magical offer, and he wants you, if you're interested in his players, he wants you to be the one to initiate and send the first offer instead of him having to figure out what to send. But anybody else have any comments on these 2 teams?
Nope.
No comments about Pook's team besides Gronky, huh?
I mean,
Pook's team done for.
I think the issue with Pook's team is that his rookies like Henderson and Scatabo, like they're gonna heat up.
Okay.
But he took too many, so he's gonna have like a million losses before his team starts producing.
Okay, so you're saying his team might get going, but it might be a little too late?
Well, because with the Patriots, Henderson, clearly Ramondre keeps fumbling, so Henderson is going to get the ball. Scatabo looks good. Golden is looking better, but it took like 3 losses to get here.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I don't think you can consistently rely on Golden, but I don't
yeah,
know.
but I'm
I
saying
think
like if you
Pook's
took like one or two and had
I
some
like
bets,
Pook's rookies.
you
I like Hubbard. I like Pook's rookies. I think Pook's biggest problem is quarterback. I don't think Dak is good
well, I think
this
Dak and
year.
I think he should have like if he had more if he his vets are not working out that great. Like if
Mm.
his vets were putting up like if Jefferson's putting up like 20 every week and Bowers is putting up, 15, 20, he could
Yeah, I mean
survive
the
with
guys he
these
drafted high
rookies.
haven't really had that great of a start.
So I do think the rookies like Scabba looks really good. I think they'll come alive, but if he misses the playoffs, it doesn't matter.
Okay, interesting. All right, moving on then to the next matchup. This was the very close one, closest one I believe of the week. Slaps in heartbreak fashion on Sunday night football or Monday night football, loses to Zombie, so big win for Zombie, 116.78 to 114.94. Zombie now goes to 2-1, sends Slaps to 2-1, so the undefeated teams are no longer in the league already in week 3. We no longer have any undefeated teams. Zombie did predict that all the undefeated teams would lose and he would win and he'd be at the top of the standings last week, and that is what has happened. So credit to him. He pulls out this win. It was not looking good for most of the game. Zombie was in the party for quite a while on Monday night, and he was getting very, very worried as Goff was kind of shitting the bed as they were just running the ball constantly. Um, and St. Brown wasn't getting anything. And then the second half turned it around for Zombie as Goff threw that touchdown pass to St. Brown, which got him very close. And then he throws that pass later for on fourth down to convert, and that's what sealed the deal. Now, Slaps did still have the kicker for Baltimore, so he did still have a chance. He did make a kick to kind of get him back in it and keep it close, but in the end, it was not close enough as Slaps falls, his first loss and kind of a lower scoring effort for Slaps' team. Hertz did his thing though, 29 points, balled out. He finally aired it out, as Rat was predicting every single week. They had to because they got down big in the game. 3 touchdowns in the second half through the air, a rushing touchdown, of course, as that happens every single week with the tush push. Jacobs and Chase Brown, kind of rough weeks. Chase Brown's got to be the one main concerning point for Slaps' team moving forward with that Bengals offense. Now, it's funny how that Bengals offense looks like could be one of the best on the year with Burrow healthy, and now it's just nothing with no more Burrow. It's crazy how much a quarterback changes so much. I would have thought they would have tried to get Chase Brown, more involved in the offense, make it easier for Jake Browning. Maybe they'll do that moving forward. But, he only had 5 targets. They're not, he's catching the ball and then there's not much space because it's just short check down, and he had 10 carries for only 3 yards. That is not good, as that Bengals offensive line is horrible. So I don't think you can ever rely moving forward on Chase Brown to be able to run the ball. He's going to have to get it through the passing game, which is what's making it very hard, which is crazy because he was one of the hottest names before the season started. I myself wanted him, and some other people definitely had their eye on him as well. So crazy there. Fat Diarrhea finally had his first bad game of the year. About damn time. Comes back down to earth with 4.9 points. Trey McBride, though, did look good. Kyron Williams had a nice game. Cooper Kupp also. So that trade with Zach, finally, Debo and Kupp finally have their first shit games of the year. And that's kind of what ended up costing Slaps, them and Chase Brown. Tyreek, though, had a decent game. Looked the best he's looked so far this year on Thursday Night Football to get him started. But not good enough with Kupp and Fat Diarrhea and Chase Brown to overcome Zombie, who pulled it out on the Monday night. Anybody have any comments on both these 2-1 teams?
Snaps is on
Um,
panic mode at 2-1.
Zombie's got
so?
a good
Really?
team.
Okay.
I think Slaps will make the playoffs.
So I've
Really?
just never seen somebody put in the chat, I will do a 1-for-1 with Chase Brown.
Yeah, that made no
And
sense.
if I like it, I'll take it.
That's
So
why that's why I instantly replied, because it made absolutely no
he's
sense what
definitely
he was saying.
panicked on Chase Brown.
Oh yeah, but he didn't. I don't understand what I instantly said something in the chat because it made no sense. So you want to do a 1-for-1 where somebody sends you a better running back than Chase Brown, and then you're
And
gonna
this is gonna sound
Who
like
the fuck would do that?
Hold on. Hold
Go
on.
ahead, Karan.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Something?
Uh,
Theoretically, would you rather have Chase Brown or Tony Pollard?
Tony Pollard.
It's pretty close though.
Tony Pollard can at least run the football.
Can they though?
pretty
It's
close.
the fucking Titans.
I
I would still take Chase Brown for the upside of catching.
So would
passes.
I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd still take Chase Brown, but it's close.
so
They're both kind of RB2.
so I want you to
mediocres.
keep this in mind for 20 minutes from now.
Okay, So you're saying you're going to offer Pollard for Chase Brown?
Nope. Pollard's
You
no
already
longer
traded
on my
him.
team.
Football.
Okay, so I don't understand what you're saying.
So you're shitting on Chase Brown right now, but in 20 minutes, Rat's gonna say, "Oh, this was an ass rape. He got taken by the woodshed."
You still did.
But it's a
I mean,
totally different
there's
trade.
it's
It's
a
not
totally,
Chase Brown for Tony
you
Pollard.
traded for a.
We're going to get into
backup.
it in a second, but I don't
Wait,
see how that.
And another thing for Slaps, and I might be wrong about Diarrhea D the rest of the year. Coming into the year, we all thought, bad pick, bad trade, but it did work out.
Uh-huh.
But I do think he continues to fall in the wrong direction.
Okay.
Even with Terry McLaurin, because I really don't think he's a wide receiver one on the team. I think his role is to be used as the wide receiver two and type of.
Yeah, I
wide
mean, it's
receiver
hard
is.
to judge Debo this week because
So
Jaden
I don't
Daniels
think.
was out.
Yeah,
And
but
we
I
gotta
just
factor
don't.
that in.
I
mean,
think
it's not like
him
Scary
becoming
Terry
a
did
wide
anything.
receiver hurts him more, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't think Debo's built to be a wide receiver one on this team. We'll see, though.
No, I don't think he is, but they're definitely using him like what the 49ers used him. They're trying to get
Yeah.
him short passes. They're doing some run plays with them. They're getting him over
boy.
the middle. The difference this year compared to last year is he's actually making the plays instead of last year. He dropped passes over the middle. He would get the ball and just stutter behind the line trying to find the
Yeah.
hole and get tackled instantly. Like there was no juice. This year, at least it looks through those first 2 weeks like he had some
Yeah.
juice, which is why he did better. Hello, Zombie. We're on your matchup right now with Slaps. Would you want to make any comments on taking down Slaps in that thriller on Monday night? I was saying the first half you were not very optimistic. You were starting to get scared that your team was going to choke this to Slaps.
Buddy, I was getting scammed
Oh.
in this
Here
game.
we go. Okay.
You got lucky.
What kind of game has like 90% just run plays?
Well,
This was
the
fucking
Lions are
eight.
built. The Lions are built to run the ball, and they were
And
doing it
you-
well. So that's why they stuck
Buddy,
with it.
you were panicking too, buddy.
Well, of course I was panicking. Bill had 2 great players. I'm not denying that. I'm
But
not
yeah.
calling it bullshit like you. I knew that was
Listen.
going to happen. I was just lucky to pull it out.
Listen, when the fake Justin Tucker hit that fake field goal that shouldn't have counted,
Well,
I thought I had lost.
yeah.
But then
Big balls, Dan
Sun
Campbell.
God, if someone got me, Sun God got me.
Okay.
And he said, "I run this shit."
Alright, on to the next
I can't
matchup.
say. I
I've
can't
had
say.
enough
I can't
shit.
say what he said at the
No,
end.
you can say it. Say it. Say it.
Oh, whoa! I ain't fake red.
The
But
mission of
yes,
dividends.
Sun God saved me, and Flaps is now panicking on this team.
Okay. All right.
I think though, with Chase Brown,
Yeah.
running back is so god awful this year that he's at least something. That's it.
Wait,
though.
Nah,
Say that again.
Something.
I don't
Running
know.
back is so bad that he's not
Yeah.
going to
Checo
find
looks as
anybody
good
else
as
on
Chase
waivers,
Brown.
So he's kind
Chase
of
Brown is an ass, and then who else did he have? Oh yeah, he has Debo.
Debo and Cup had their first bad games of the year. I mean, I hate to
Yeah.
say it,
I
but
wouldn't say
now
Cup's bad.
I really
Second
think.
bad game.
I mean, Slaps' team right now really relies heavily on Debo and Cup. His first 2 weeks when he won and looked very good, it was because Debo was popping off. And
But I
Kupp
just
had a
never
decent game.
seen so many
Well,
trade
he
offers from a
keeps-
2-1 record than I have
Slaps
from
keeps
Slaps.
Slaps keeps trying to sell me on
I've-
Cooper
but
Cup, who I
I-
have zero interest in.
We had a 4-way offer today, and I was
And
not
if
expecting that.
and
other
if
than-
Jacobs doesn't have a touchdown, he doesn't do good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Slaps' team is the best. I do think he'll be fighting for the playoffs. I think he'll be right there in the mix, but I don't think it's the best. He definitely has some holes, and
Yeah.
the
Unless he
holes are
starts trading away
the holes
everyone.
are even bigger now with fucking Burrow's injury. But he does have a great quarterback. He's probably got the number one fantasy quarterback, so
Yes, sir.
it'll be interesting to see what Slaps does. I mean, I know everybody says he's trying to trade a shit ton, but he hasn't done a trade yet, so he's at least trying to look for a certain type of player or a certain type
He
of
did
game.
put Chase
why
Brown
are
on
we
the
saying
trade block.
why are we saying Slaps is the number one fantasy quarterback?
He will.
You don't think he has it?
I mean, not right
Did
now,
you not
but
watch
by the
the
end of
first
the
two games though?
by
They're
the
gonna
has
end
have
of the
what?
games.
year,
They're gonna
He
have
has
games
what?
like that where they just spam the run.
Yeah, but when they
Spam the
spam
run.
the run, he
That's
still
part of
gets
the run.
touchdowns.
He
What?
had 11 points in week 2.
Okay, yeah,
one
that
week.
was a bad game, but it was the Chiefs in Kansas
By
City.
the end of
I
the
mean,
year,
he's definitely top 3, but
by the end of the year,
I
Lamar's
know.
probably
Okay,
number 1.
I know you love your Josh Allen cheese.
Well,
It
I'm
wasn't
saying
a
Lamar.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, yeah, those are top 3: Lamar, Allen, Jalen Hurts. They're 3. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Hurts is number 1 by the end of the year. If
Slaps
he does
gets
what he did
bailed by
this
the
week and
tush
airs it
push.
out, then if he does what he did this week and actually throws more, he could be number 1 if he puts up these type of numbers. But we'll see. All right.
Slaps
No,
suck.
go ahead. Okay, Slap sucks. I don't think he's that bad, Zombie. He's still a contender for the playoffs. All right, and then moving on to the final matchup of this week number 3. Obviously, we previewed it last week. It was a huge matchup, not only because there was the extra $100 on the line, but also just because Kroenke was 0-2 and Zach was 2-0. And
Lol.
Kroenke gets a massive win. His team shows up in the most important week that he needed it. 153 to 124. Wasn't even close. Sends Zach to 2-1. Kroenke with that big win goes to 1-2, no longer winless. He also got that $100 from Zach, so GG to Kroenke on the bet. That's going to help him because he may lose a bunch of other bets this fantasy season to the other people. So at least getting that 100 already in the pocket is nice. Zach even went to the Baltimore game. He got the tickets to go to that Baltimore game.
Lol.
And that was rough because he already knew he had lost before he went to the Baltimore game. So yeah, huge win for Kroenke. Daniel Jones did okay. Bijan did about as good as you could do when your team scores 0 points. I'd say 16 is great from a running back when your team scores 0 points and looks horrible on offense. Tony Pollard did okay. Got a touchdown finally. That's kind of, unfortunately, I think that's kind of the ceiling for Tony Pollard. If he scores a touchdown, he's getting double digits. If he doesn't score a touchdown, he's getting like 8, 9, 7 points somewhere in there. JSN just continues to be a beast so far this year. Devontae Adams has had a great start as well this season, which I know Pusa loves to see that. Jordan Ferguson had a monster game for the Cowboys. Jordan Mason, monster game in his first game as the full-time starter. 2 touchdowns, 116 yards. And Ricky Pearsall, his best game of the year with 8 catches. No, Jawan Johnson definitely helped. But, solid with a backup quarterback as well. He got it done, Pearsall did. So overall, just a ton of production for Kroenke's team this week in a time that he needed it. On Zach's side, he did have a huge game from Jonathan Taylor with 32 massive points. Obviously, though, Zach does have some problems moving forward that I think would concern him a little bit. James Conner, IR, out for the year. He does have Trey Benson, which is now going to be massive for him to slide in there. But, Trey Benson might be very good, but is he going to be James Conner good? I don't know. We'll see. And then Jamar Chase, obviously, 8.9 points. Did not look great with Browning in there. So that's got to be concerning for the number 1 overall wide receiver. Can he be number 1 with the quarterback situation? I don't know. And then Scary Terry also picks up an injury, only had 10 points. Kincaid, though, had a nice game. Bill did okay. Jaylen Warren, solid. and then -2 from his kicker. Zach has not been able to figure out the kicking situation so far this season. Everybody he picks up either gets cut or misses kicks, so that was rough for Zach. We'll see who he goes with now in week number 4. But great win for Kroenke. Congratulations. I'm going to give you credit, Kroenke. Your team was 0-2. I don't know how many people would have made a bet with Zach, who was 2-0, whose team was looking really good, and your team the first 2 weeks was not looking great. I don't know how many people would have, in that same situation, made that $100 bet with Zach. So credit to you. You believed in your team, and they showed out for you. Your comments after beating Zach.
It's always nice to beat the living fuck out of Zach. Just feels awesome. Feels great. Very happy with how my team played, and I'm especially, happy with the grittiness of Bijan Robinson with his team scoring 0, and he still puts up 16.
Yep.
What a player he is. He will never leave my team. I am so happy that I drafted him and traded up for the 2nd overall pick.
Yep. It's looking like a good pick.
JSN looks like a stud, man.
Yep.
The Ohio State, just a factory of wide receivers.
Yeah,
My
except
boy
the one
Adams,
on my team. Except Marvin
my
Harrison.
boy Adams. Stafford looks for Adams in the red zone every fucking trip down there. It's awesome.
Yep.
Very happy with my team. Pearsall, very, very strong. You don't have to come back, man. You stay up out there on the IR.
Okay. All right.
Jordan Mason, boom, baby. And my kicker, Zach was making fun of my kicker on Thursday night, missing field goal there. 7 points, I had to trade him, but, Zach's kicker, -2. -2. He was shit talking my kicker.
This guy replaced Young Ho, who he had before, and
Well, Young Ho's back, so can pick him back up.
yeah, I know, horrible team. All right. Yeah, your team's looking good, Kroenke. Anyone else have any comments on this matchup?
Yeah.
I gotta say, Jack Pusa has a better team than Zach.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I think Pusa is a good team. I think the issue with Pusa's team is a couple things. One, the quarterback situation.
Yeah.
Daniel Dimes could be good all year. Could be.
I doubt it.
But we don't know. And then also, Mason and Pearsall, eventually the injured players will return.
Yeah.
We don't know what.
But he has a
I'm
good
sorry,
team
but
because you
Aaron-
also traded him Tucker Kraft.
Aaron Jones is nothing.
Oh, that
Once-
could happen. I'm not
Once
saying that's
Jones
not happening. I'm just saying we
it's
don't know.
Mason's team now.
Okay.
That is true.
I don't think.
And she's traded him Tucker Kraft.
Nah,
I got the
he's
better
won
tight
that trade
end.
by a mile.
I got the
I'm a
better
little
tight end in the
surprised
trade.
that he traded Ferguson.
Pusa can argue about that trade, but Pusa lost that trade by a
I
mile.
think the best. I think the
I'll
best
break
thing
it down
for,
on his logic.
Wait, what was the whole trade?
We're
We'll
about
go
to go
over
over
it
in a
some.
second. I think the best thing for Pusa was he hit it on the head. His number 1 overall pick is looking like the stud number 1 overall pick that he took him on, and then what was it? Was he number 3? Did you take him in the
He
third?
hit on
His third
JSN.
round pick at the start of the third round is looking like a first round pick, maybe back end of the first round. So that is a big boost. With all these wide receivers from rounds 1 to 3, there's a lot of them that are looking like duds so far this year. JSN is not one of them. So I think that's what's really boosting Kroenke and Adams. Adams has been very good as well. So yeah, credit to Kroenke there. All right, so that is the matchups from week number 3. Looking real quick at the standings. This league always is tight in the standings, and it's no different to start this year. We have no undefeated teams left after only 3 weeks. Everybody has a loss. Although Zombie now, as we talked about, is the new number 1 in the standings. As he predicted last week on the show, the undefeated teams were all going to lose, and he was going to win and go to the top, and that is what happened. So credit to Zombie
Let's
there.
go.
Tyler now vaulting his way up to number 2 now after his win as well. Ant's still there in the 3rd spot after suffering his first loss. Zach still all right in 4th. Ernie in 5 looking pretty solid at 2-1. Cheese 2-1. Slaps 2-1. So that's kind of the cutoff at the moment. Then we have Kroenke at 1-2 right there. Bill 1-2. Rat 1-2. Myself somehow 1-2. Don't really know how, but we'll take it. And then Pook in the cellar at the moment at 0-3. The only team yet to get the win so far this season. Real quickly, we're not going to spend too much time on the waivers. There wasn't too much. I did pick up Jeremy McNichols, who had that huge 60-yard run for a touchdown. I think it's probably Bill's team, but just in case Bill's hurt or something, maybe this guy will be in a committee approach, and I needed just some type of running back to give me some hope down the road. Trey Tucker was picked up by Slaps for $15. Decent pickup there. He's had a couple of big games. Last week, huge game, 40 points. He looked decent in week 1 as well. He's getting a lot of snaps and getting targeted pretty decent. Looks like he's kind of, I don't know if he's taking over better than Myers, but he's kind of like the 1B or 1A to Myers, and they're using him quite a lot. He's got a lot of speed too, so decent pickup there for Slaps. Luther Burden picked up by Rat for $13. I mean, Rat's all in on Caleb Williams, so it makes sense that he gets a wide receiver from the Bears. There's just a lot of options.
DJ Moore's getting traded.
Injured or traded? Okay.
Traded.
Wait,
Oh, traded.
I gotta
why
say
would
something.
they trade him right now?
Because
1 and
it's
2.
time to stop. Okay, they're 1 and 2. It doesn't mean they're going to do shit this
He's
year.
a bad locker room presence.
And how old is he? It's time to rebuild. They're in the rebuilding stage. They're 1 and 2, but they're not going to
Are
do
they
28.
rebuild?
Yes.
But your
doing
fantasy
things.
team's in the rebuild stage.
I can't.
Yeah, he got you there, buddy.
All right.
Thomas team's trash.
All right. Rat also picked up a tight end. So obviously the Titans are clearly in the rebuild stage. So I guess. Tobert was picked up by Bill. Not a bad pickup there with CD now out for a while. I switched my backup Chicago running back because apparently Roshan Johnson is no longer anything. Bill also gets Jackson Dart for $1. Take a flyer on him as a backup QB. Not bad. I'm surprised like Pook didn't try to pick him up or something just as a possible upside. With how Pook loves rookies, I'm surprised he just didn't take a flyer on him to have as a backup just in case Dak continues to be shit. So I'm kind of surprised by that nobody else went in for Dart. All right, looking then at the trade real quick that happened earlier today. It was kind of a decent size one in a trade that we have some comments over, I believe. Cheese.
I actually have my team name.
Yeah,
back.
you need to change your team name because I always think it Slaps. Cheese and Kroenke get together and do a trade. Cheese sends Tyler Algier, the backup cuff, to Bijan, so Kroenke gets his cuff. Dicker the kicker, so they swap kickers. Dicker for Prater. And then Cheese swaps tight ends with Kroenke as well. Tucker Kraft for Ferguson. Obviously, Kraft had a huge game 2 weeks ago, but then a shit game this week. Meanwhile, Ferguson popped off this week. And then I think the big part is Cheese gets an RB2. Kind of, I don't want to say for free, but kind of for not very much of a price.
For free. You
Tony
can say
Pollard.
that. For free.
I mean, I get him. I also
want-
offered. I want to make it clear. I offered to swap Booty for Diggs because I think Booty is a better future than Diggs this year, even though it
True.
might not be much. And he was like, "Nope, he doesn't want that."
He must like Diggs more, I guess.
I guess.
I guess
pink
the real
coat.
hold on. The real thing with this that I'm surprised is Ferguson just popped off this week. Kraft popped
He's
off
not
last
that
week,
far off the
so they're
Kraft.
kind of like equal in my opinion. They're both gonna have some big
I
weeks.
don't agree with that.
Okay. Well, I mean, Ferguson just had a huge
I
week this
think-
week, and Kraft didn't.
I think once CD comes back, I'm just saying for long term, I'm looking for floor and not
Okay.
upside. I want floor. I've got
Okay.
a lot of upside on my team. I think Tucker Kraft provides a more solid floor every week than Jake Ferguson.
Well, I like Ferguson because he gets 8
Well,
billion targets.
I forgot. I gave a fuck what you thought. Anyway, as I was saying,
Okay, the only thing I'm
Wait, who
saying
are
with
your
that,
other
hold
running
on,
backs?
Kroenke, let me come back
I want
to
to put
what you
something
just
out there
said
too. Because
Kroenke, I understand what you're saying with Tucker Kraft. He's probably maybe a more safe floor because he's on a better team. But it ain't like it's just a guarantee that he's going to get all the catches. Green Bay, once again, they have 50,000 people that they throw the ball to.
but not in the red zone. I think Kraft is a great. I think he's going to be huge.
I will agree.
I think he's a top 3 tight
I
end
will
this year.
agree. He
Top
definitely
three.
has
All right,
red
buddy.
zone. I agree that Kraft is like the go-to red zone guy. But also, Ferguson gets 8 million targets, so he doesn't even need to go on the
Well, he
red.
Can I
got
make my
8 million targets last week. I'm just
Week
saying.
two, week 2, he had 12 targets and then 6 targets.
We're just arguing each other's side of the
Yeah,
trade. It's
okay.
okay.
So I think you
Alright,
guys
go
are
ahead.
lost onto the point where that is not worth Tony Pollard for Tyler
Yes,
Algier.
exactly. If it's that,
That's where I'm getting pissed off with your logic, Pusa, because I'm gonna say it, and you can say
Okay,
hate on my
Brett,
offer.
I don't give a
but
fuck.
but
I
no,
don't give a fuck
'cause
what you think.
I think your logic is stupid. I don't know, like where
okay,
your logic
so
goes
clearly,
to.
hold on.
Okay.
Clearly, Rat is salty because he was trying to get
Yes,
Pollard. So
yes.
what did you
no,
offer him?
no, I didn't want Pollard.
No, he's mad that Cheese got a running
I offered
back.
Baker Mayfield and Calvin Austin for Jameson Williams and Daniel Jones, and that's more equal than this piece of shit that
What
you
the
No,
suck.
it isn't.
I don't-
Yes, it
isn't.
is.
No,
Yes,
I
it
disagree
is.
with
What,
that.
Yeah, buddy,
Jameson
what the
Williams
fuck-
is
what
a
the
pretty
fuck is
solid
that?
player.
an RB2 for a handcuff. What
Yeah,
are
but
you-
it's a
what are you
back end
looking at?
RB2. It's
Okay.
not.
It is a completely
No.
back-end RB2 that
The
he
only
doesn't
way
get
Pollard
any-
is good is if he gets in the end zone. Other than that, he gets a single
Pollard-
digit.
Trade.
He's on a horrible team.
Pollard is fucking terrible. Do they
He
not
doesn't
get
get any
targets
passing
to the
game.
running back? To the running
Yeah,
back,
yeah.
he doesn't get any.
Ferguson and
drop-offs
Kraft are
from
pretty
the-
equal.
Ward just looks down the field.
Yes.
The only way Pollard scores
No.
double digits if he scores a touchdown.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not playing Tony Pollard at flex. I got
Okay.
Jameson Williams and
Yeah, you have options. I get what you're saying, Cronky.
I
All right,
think
let
you're-
me just make my final
Go
point
ahead.
on this, and then we'll go around and let each person make their final statements on this. I understand from your point, Cronky, why you would do this trade. I also understand why Cheese obviously is doing this trade. It fills a massive need that he needs. And I do agree with you, Cronky. He's a back end RB2. He's not on a great team. He doesn't get any catches. It's literally touchdown for a good week or nothing. But in Cheese's case, when he's starting Tyler Algier for Pollard, like that's a big upgrade for Cheese's team. Not for your team, obviously. You were never going to start Tony Pollard in the flex. But sometimes you got to look at the other person's team and see, hey, they need an RB2. Swapping
And I'll
tight.
just say this. I think Kraft's going to pop off this week, and I think Kraft's price is going to go up through the roof next week.
He already
So,
get 25 points once. Like, I don't think his price can get much higher.
No, when he pops off, it would.
Can I ask you something here?
Yeah.
If it was Zach Charbonnet, would you rather take Zach? Would you take it still? If it was Zach Charbonnet?
Probably
No.
not. Why not?
Interesting.
And I'm just saying, Pollard's, backup's coming back next week. Tajay Spears, who, I mean, last year they had pretty much a committee.
I think we just found the root of why Pusa did this trade. He is a Tajay Spears truther. He's always been a Tajay Spears truther. So there we go. We found the real
Spears
reason you
truther.
made this.
Well, I picked them up.
You made this trade, Cronky, because you believe in your boy Tajay Spears to
I
steal.
do think Spears takes
from
over the field.
Pollard.
I I've been holding him. I
I
agree
mean,
with that.
Spears is probably a better running back for Ward, but
Listen,
But
I like
I
this.
think the
fake-
depth you had, you gave up
Fake
your
Rams
running back
just mad.
depth. What?
Fake
No,
Rams
let me
just mad
talk zombie.
because he
Let me
has
talk
Dobbins and he didn't want
gave
Dobbins
him my
Cheese to get a
running
good
back
running
depth.
back.
Dobbins is better than Harvey. What have we not
Dude,
seen yet?
I have so much depth that if something were to happen,
Okay, I get
can
that.
make trades.
But you gave up your running back
Pusa,
depth where
you had all the
less
leverage.
than
You had
you
all
had.
the leverage.
That was my point. You knew Cheese
I'm
needed an
surprised you
RB2.
didn't force me to get Hawkinson.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
you didn't.
Ferguson, I'll take all
I
day.
don't
All
think you
Dak
looked
does is
to-
spam fucking passes.
I don't know where people get their value.
Yeah, I
but
feel like Cronky was only looking at his team and what he wanted. He wanted Kraft because he loves Kraft. He wanted Algier because it's a cuff. And I feel like he was just saying, okay, I'm getting what I want, and you don't really like Pollard and you got a bunch of depth, but I feel like you could have squeezed more out of this from Cheese because of
I probably
how
could have.
desperate he needed.
I
And it's
got
funny
10
because you
fab.
are so stingy trying to trade with me last week for Justin Fields and how tight those negotiations were, squeezing me and Zombie for every last fucking thing. Yet then with this trade, you make this today. I think that's just what's more surprising for me.
I got 10 fab as well.
Okay, whoop-de-doo.
Uh,
Have you seen the waivers already?
Your waiver wire is
There.
terrible this year.
It's
I
whatever,
guess
Golfer.
Johnson.
I believe in my team. I think I made the smart deal. I think
Okay.
Kraft's going to be better than Ferguson down the line, and I'm not going to start Tony Pollard. I get an insurance policy on Tyler Algier, and
Sure.
I like this kicker that I traded for. I think not that kicker is important. I just think that I'm tired of seeing you just 7 points out of my kicker every week. Let's go for double
7
digits.
points is a perfectly fine kicker amount.
I want 12 out of Dicker, and he Justin Herbert's playing out of his ass. I think, yeah. I mean,
All right.
I like my side of the trade.
Fair enough.
But I am fully aware that I may have, given, probably too much. I had all the leverage, I understand, but I think that, when it came down to it, Cheese was being really stingy for Tyler Algier these past couple days, and
Well,
So you
because why
finally
would I
gave
just
in.
give? Because why
Okay.
would I just give him for free?
Listen, he's giving you a compliment, Cheese. He's saying you worked him down.
I'm just saying though. Earlier, like, why would I?
Which is surprising that you worked him down because you were ready to just give Josh Allen for
everybody
peanuts
was
the other day.
I was getting some of the worst
So
offers.
now
Okay,
you finally
when you
got
take
smart.
the worst offer possible, you're gonna get some of the worst offers.
Okay, but then everybody.
Jeez,
This-
you possibly
I
took
liked-
the worst offer I've ever seen in
I
fantasy
like this
football.
bet. Well, I think Judkins is gonna be great.
Duncan's
So-
good, but not Drake May to Josh Allen.
See, now we're just arguing opinions. It's okay. We can move on past this.
Well, that's
We'll-
what.
we'll
But
check
that's
back.
what trades are. Trades are opinions. Like that's
And look,
literally.
I think-
I
I think
know,
that's
I know
something
Pollard
crazy.
is not anything crazy, but the running back is so bad this year that I will take a running back that will
They're
get me
shit.
like
You're
8 to
starting
10
Tyler-
points.
That's why we're
starting
saying you
Go.
won the fucking
That's how
trade.
bad it is.
That's
how
why
bad
we're
it
saying
is.
you won the trade. Now,
I think it's a
obviously, if
minimal
Tucker
win,
Kraft
but-
goes off like Poos is saying, then down the line we're going to say probably Kroenke won the trade. But at the moment, I think you won the trade because you got what you needed. Kroenke's just more upgrading at what he
Well, I mean,
thinks is
I
an
like Kraft. Kraft is way more red zone potential, but he gets way less targets.
Okay, fair enough.
I think it evens out.
All right, perfect. All right, so there we have it. Week 3 in the books. Let's look ahead to week number 4 as we chug along in this season. These next few weeks kind of maybe will start showing whose teams are more consistent and good and whose teams are not. We'll see. Starting with my matchup with Zach. Obviously, Zach coming off a loss last week and me pulling out that win. Will this finally be the week that my team puts up over 100 points? I don't know. It's not looking too great with no Mike Evans, but we'll see. We'll chug along and hopefully we can pull another upset here. Zach, I'd love nothing more than to send Zach to 2-2. He would start panicking. Just a reminder, Zach was 2-0. He was flying high as could be. He was loving his team so much. He was shitting on all the 0-2 teams. He was freaking loving life. He loved it so much that he does that $100 bet with Kroenke, who was 0-2, thinking there's no possible way that he could lose, and then he loses last week to Kroenke. It would just be great if the fantasy god just let me score like 140 points out of nowhere and beat Zach this week in a stunner just to send him to 2-2 and me be 2-2. I would love that so much. We'll see though. Obviously, Zach projected to win by sleeper 123 to 110. Zach has Lamar Jackson at Kansas City on Sunday afternoon. Big game for the Ravens and Lamar after losing that one to the Lions. They don't want to start 1-3, so I'm expecting him to play pretty well like he normally does. Jonathan Taylor against the Rams. After that huge game, the Rams kind of shut down Saquon Barkley finally. Kept him in check. Hopefully they can do that with Taylor. Warren, we do have a Sunday morning game overseas. Woohoo! Overseas game. Sunday morning. God, this shit's so bad. Against Minnesota and Pittsburgh. So Jaylen Warren will be playing before most people even wake up. Jamar Chase on Monday night against my Denver Broncos. It's a must-win for my Denver Broncos.
Oh, no.
At home, facing Browning. It's a must-win.
Oh no, Chase.
He better get locked up by fucking my corners, and they better get pressure on Browning and make him look completely like ass like Minnesota did. Hopefully that they shut him down. McLaurin, Scary Terry in there at the moment against Atlanta. He is
He's
listed as
doubtful.
questionable.
I've seen doubtful.
Oh,
Look,
it
he's
says-
visiting the CMC Germany specialist.
Ooh,
It's
he
over.
He is visiting
No, Zach
that.
doesn't have wide receivers. Outside of them,
So that could be a big help for me if Scary Terry is out. I would love that. So then he most likely would go to... Bill is also listed as questionable. But probably Bill or Sterling Shepard, Dobbs, one of them probably. So we'll see what happens with that. Kincaid against New Orleans. So he's rolling with Kincaid this week. Oh, wait. I thought he had 2 tight ends. Where's his other... Apparently not. He only has Kincaid. I must have been thinking of something else. So Kincaid against New Orleans, pretty good matchup. Kincaid's looked good this year. Nick Chubb he has in there against Tennessee, so interesting there. Trey Benson on Thursday night, so he does have a Thursday night player against Seattle. We'll see Trey Benson in prime time on Thursday night, now taking over for Connor. Hopefully he can start out with a rough game. Seattle looked very good on defense so far this season. And then at the moment, he's got a Romeo in there against Washington. We'll see if he makes a kicker change. I'm expecting him to. On my side, Jordan Love on Sunday night against Dallas. Obviously, the Browns did a pretty good job against Love. I'm hoping for a bounce back. This is a get-right week for Jordan Love against that horrible Dallas Cowboys defense. Hopefully, he can have a monster game over 20 points. I'm going to need it. Genty against Chicago, and then Swift against the Raiders. So both running backs in that game. Hopefully, Genty, he's ran okay this season. The problem is he's just not getting as many snaps, and then hasn't gotten a touchdown since week 1. Gonna need him to get into the end zone to get the double-digit points. Not looking great. And then DeAndre Swift has been running pretty well, has been used a decent amount. He just needs to have a breakout game, which hopefully he can do this week. Speaking of people that need to have a breakout game, Brian Thomas Jr., if anybody's ever seen him, can he fucking show up for once against the 49ers? He did make a play at the end of this past game for about 50 yards. On a pass play. He didn't really make much effort to try to break a tackle and get into the end zone. He just kind of ran out of bounds to the sidelines. So Brian Thomas, can we step it up and actually start trying to play football like you played last year? At the end of the year, you were the hottest wide receiver in the game. I'm going to need you to get back to that to have any chance this week. Marvin Harrison on Thursday night, so we both have a Thursday night player. Dear God, don't get me started on Marvin Harrison. I'm just going to say that and move on. Zach Ertz against Atlanta. And at the moment, we got Christian Kirk in there against Tennessee. Tennessee's not very good, but Houston has looked like dog shit. I'll definitely throw in Hollywood possibly if Worthy's out again. I know Rat's going to chime in and say Worthy's playing this week, but he also said the same thing last week. So we'll see what happens with that. Could also play Shaheed against Buffalo. Buffalo's defense not great. Still going to decide on all that. Pickens on Sunday night as well, so I got 2 Sunday night players against Green Bay. Pickens has been like my only bright spot on the team so far this year. And Bucker against Baltimore. Obviously, I'm a massive underdog in this game. Zach's team on paper looks much better than mine. However, I'm going to just take myself for the fun of it. I'm just going to get some huge breakout performances this week from guys that have looked god-awful this season. And the fantasy gods are going to give me 140 points and stun Zach this week. Cheese, who's winning this matchup?
I think Zach wins because he still has Taylor and Lamar.
Yep.
And Chase is still gonna put up okay numbers. Not okay, but he's gonna put up something. It's not gonna be a total bust.
Okay.
I do think though Chubb is kind of losing his job to Woody Marks.
Okay.
And Benson could be, I don't know. Benson's a wild card. But I think Zach could pull out this week, but I think long term kind of has some issues.
All right.
But, yeah.
Rat?
It's going to be close than what it says, but I do think Zach wins because as much as Terry McLaurin being out could hurt, I do think Dobbs is a solid option most weeks. Dallas' defense is very banged up right now, so he puts it in there. It's Jordan Love to Dobbs, will help him get points. And we are going to see Lamar's best week, and he's going to put 45 up. So, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a very...
All right.
I think it's a good bounce back game for the Ravens against the Chiefs.
Okay.
And they're going to win that game.
All right. Sounds good. Hello, Zach. Are you here?
I'm here.
All right. You're just in time. We're going over my matchup with you. I'll come to you in just a minute. Zombie.
This is a huge matchup.
Okay.
Gonna be very close.
Okay.
But I think I think your boy Mitsubishi Marv will finally do something.
It's Maserati, Marv, buddy. That's what I need. I don't need Mitsubishi. I
he
need
he is a
Maserati.
he's a
But he
He's
ain't
been
nothing
playing like
of a
Mitsubishi. I
Maserati
need
right
him to
now.
play like Maserati.
Nah,
He
he's
ain't
playing like a
nothing close to that
Mitsubishi.
right
That's
now, buddy.
Okay,
He
well,
will
Mitsubishi
get you
Marv.
20 points.
well then that's Maserati at this point. That's Maserati if he gets me 20 points.
And beat Zach.
Okay, interesting. Cronky.
No,
Zombie never shows me any respect. Fuck you, Zombie.
no disrespect to you, golfer, but I think Zach's gonna win by 30.
Okay, fair enough. I totally understand why. All right, Zach, it's kind of been split so far. I said that your team on paper looks much better than mine, but the fantasy gods somehow are going to just have a bunch of my bum players that have been bums so far this first 3 weeks just have magical weeks, and I'm going to somehow score 140 points and beat you and send you to 2-2 after you were on such a high at 2-0 and then lost to Cronky, of all people, who was 0-2 last week. And somehow we're going to be the same record because that's how fantasy works sometimes. It's a game of luck. So that was my
Yep.
prediction.
I agree
your
with everything you just said, golfer.
Okay.
GG, you won. That's just how fantasy goes.
All right. Did you want to
Zombie,
make?
though, fuck Zombie because, like I said, he never gives me any respect in any fantasy matchup. He fucking never picks me. So you know what? I'm not picking you until further notice. Fuck you,
Okay.
Zombie.
All right. Did you want to make any comments on your boy Jamar Chase? Not looking too great now with
It'll
Browning.
be okay. It's a long season.
Okay. And Scary Terry injury concern this
He
week.
will also be okay. It's
And
just a
Bill
quad.
injury concern.
He's also okay. He's a
If-
running back. They get knocked up and banged up, but they come right back out the next week. As long as it's not CTE, he'll play.
All right.
And even if he does have CTE, he will play. The only thing keeping him out will be COVID.
All right. I am saying right now, if Bill is out, I'm playing McNichols instead of Kirk or Hollywood Brown or whatever.
Okay.
Or Shaheed.
All right.
So hopefully he's out.
Fuck you.
I need some luck. I need Scary Terry to miss. I need Bill to be out to make my team have a better chance. All right. Moving on then to the next match. Oh, did you want to make any comments real quickly about your loss to Cronky in week 3?
We don't need any comments. We all saw what happened.
I didn't figure you would, but I just wanted to ask. Because
We all
Cronky had,
saw what happened.
as you can imagine, Cronky had a lot of comments for that. So.
Cronky, would you like to sum it up real quick?
I just, simply put, I said, it was a great, we were respectful throughout.
Okay,
the
I
process.
don't
That's
really care.
not
I'll
what he
just
said
watch
at all.
on the show if I
That's
really
not-
want to.
yeah,
I'll
that's
watch.
not what he
I don't
said
give
at
a
all.
fuck. I don't care. Fuck you.
All right. Moving on then to the next matchup, we have Anth coming off that kind of shocking, I would say shocking loss. I don't think a lot of people thought he was going to lose that matchup going into Sunday night with what he needed. But he did. To Cheese, somehow Cheese pulled it out 2-1 versus his best buddy Ernie. So this is a big matchup. The best buds over here. Both 2-1, so one's going to 3-1, one's going to 2-2 most likely. Both teams have looked pretty solid so far this season, so let's see what happens in this matchup. Right now, Sleeper projecting Anth to win slightly, 123-120. Anth has Mahomes against Baltimore. God, Baltimore's defense has looked horrible so far this year, so maybe this game is also a shootout between Mahomes and Lamar. We'll see. James Cook against New Orleans. James Cook been great all year, and now he's got a good matchup against New Orleans, who Kenneth Walker just had 2 touchdowns on last week. Should be good for him. He's got a Monday night player. There is 2 Monday night games again this week. Now, how does this make sense? NFL scheduling. You had 2 Monday night games last week. One started at 7 and one started at 10. So good spacing, so you could watch both of them. Then you go to this week. You have 2 Monday night games again, but one's at 7:15 and one's at 8. So they're both going to be on at the same time. How does that make
These
any
games
sense?
are ass.
Pick a fucking time slot, NFL, and fucking let us be able to watch them both. Even though it's late at night for the second game, I'd much rather have that than have them both on at the fucking same time. Stupid. Anyways, you got Breece Hall against Miami. That should be a very good matchup. I expect Breece Hall and Chain to both have great games. Malik Neighbors against the Chargers. Obviously a very tough defense to go against for Jackson Dart in his first ever start. I mean, it's Malik Neighbors. I'm sure he's going to get his targets, but is it going to be like a game like last week where he gets a bunch of targets but only has 3 catches? It could go that way. I don't know. We got to see what Dart can do. It's kind of a toss-up. Drake London against Washington, another one of those wide receivers early rounds that has not performed this year. Washington, Atlanta, big game for Atlanta. They laid a stinker last week against Carolina. Now they face a tougher team in Washington. Can Drake London break out? Anth might need it to win this matchup. Jawan Johnson against Buffalo. Obviously been solid. Buffalo's defense not very good, so maybe he's the one bright spot for the Saints, him and maybe Kamara. Etienne against the 49ers. Pittman against the Rams. Pittman has looked good so far this year. And then McPherson on Monday night against Denver. On Ernie's side, Drake May against Carolina. Should be a good matchup, despite what Carolina did this past week against Atlanta. I think that's just a fluke. So I expect Drake May to play pretty well. Barkley against Tampa Bay. That's a big game. Eagles, Tampa Bay, both teams undefeated. So big game. Barkley kind of was shut down a little bit this past week. I expect a decent bounce back for him. Obviously the man, Quinton Junkins in there against Detroit. Big game there for Judkins after his huge performance. We'll see if he can back it up with another good game against Detroit. Detroit kind of shut down Henry after that first drive, so we'll see how they do against Judkins in the run. A.J. Brown against Tampa Bay also. Garrett Wilson on Monday night, so they both have Monday night players against Miami. Wilson has been sneaky good. He hasn't got much attention this year, but he's had 2 huge games, 22 and 24 points, and that was with the backup quarterback last week. So he's been a good player for Ernie and a good draft pick. Pitts against Washington, God knows. Who knows what's going to happen with fucking Pitts. If you could predict what Pitts is going to do each week, then you could make a lot of money because the guy is just so inconsistent. Who knows? He looked great in week 1, and then the last 2 weeks, only 7 points both weeks. I don't know. Montgomery against Cleveland should be pretty decent. Quinton Johnson against the Giants should be all right. I mean, he's been great all season for him. And Aubrey on Sunday night against Green Bay. This is a tough one to call. I think this has potential to be the closest matchup of the week. I'm going to take Ernie just because I think Ernie's team right now is in a little better spot than Anth's. Anth has question marks with Neighbors and Drake London and Breece Hall. So I'm going to take Ernie just because I feel like his players are more safe right now and how they're going to perform this week. So I'm going to take him in a close victory. Cheese, who's winning?
I'm taking Ernie.
Okay. Rat?
It's definitely a tough matchup, like you said. But I think Anth this week has the better running back matchups, and that's going to be the factor.
All right.
And, yeah, James Cook. I wasn't high on James Cook going on the season because of Josh Allen, but this possibly has the best matchup, to drop 40 points.
Wasn't that your boy last year?
He was, but
I got
snaked by
James
Josh
Cook.
Allen. Well, 2 years ago then. But I got snaked by Josh Allen so many times when I...
So, James Cook was good for me last year. He got a lot of touchdowns.
Think he would.
And I thought he would regress on the touchdowns
I did
this
too.
year. But
And
he
versus
has
the
not.
Saints, Saints are terrible against the run.
4 touchdowns in 3 weeks is insane.
James Cook could have 40. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Zombie?
I think that Anth he's been overperforming a little bit.
Okay.
And so
he could easily be 3-0.
Yeah, but he could also be 1-2.
Okay.
I think this week my boy Ernie gets the dub.
All right. Cronky.
I think that Anth is going to win by 15.
Oh, okay. Zach? You're taking.
Anth has a better chance of winning by 15 than Cronky does of actually fucking slamming a dunk on a basketball hoop.
Okay.
So that will not happen. This could be an Ernie by 15.
Okay. All right, there we have it. Moving on then to the next matchup. This is kind of another pretty decent matchup here based on how the teams performed last week. Kroenke, after that big win against Zach last week with his team putting up a huge amount of points, comes in now at 1-2 to face Tyler at 2-1. Tyler's been very solid so far this year, put up a good amount of points this past week, so it should be a good matchup. And Sleeper agrees. They have it almost dead even, 133.04 to 132.35 for Tyler. Basically a 50-50 toss-up at this point. Kroenke has rocking with Danny Dimes against the Rams. Rams will look pretty good this year. They did kind of get exposed by Hurts in the second half of last week, but before that they were doing very good on defense before that second half. I mean, we're just kind of waiting and counting down the days that Danny Dimes finally looks like the Danny Dimes of old. At what point does it happen? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen at some point. But right now he's looking good. Bijan Robinson against Washington. Obviously, we know he's good for points every week. Mason in there on Sunday morning against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's defense has not been very good this year, so I expect another decent game for Mason overseas. He has JSN to get him started on Thursday night against Arizona. Should be another great game for him. I don't see why not. Jameson Williams in there against Cleveland. Also should be decent. The newly acquired Tucker Kraft on Sunday night. So, this is interesting. The tight ends traded for each other to Cheese and Kroenke play each other on Sunday Night Football. Green Bay and Dallas. So I guess we'll get an early determination of who won that trade based on how those two tight ends perform in that game. I would expect Tucker Kraft to have a good game against that horrible Dallas defense. Devontae Adams against the Colts. Obviously, he's been very solid. Ricky Pearsall against Jacksonville should be pretty decent. We'll see what happens with Jawan Jennings this week. And then Dicker against the Giants should be all right. They should score points against the Giants. On Tyler's side, Jaden Daniels, assuming he plays against Atlanta, assuming he'll roll probably again with well, he could go with Purdy if Purdy plays. Did he already drop Mariota? He must have already dropped him. Bucky Irving against Philly, pretty decent player. He gets his points even with checkdowns, but Philly's defense is obviously pretty good. Kenneth Walker on Thursday night, so they both have a big-time Thursday night player, so this is a big game in this matchup. Nakua against the Colts. Obviously, he hasn't had less than 20 points yet this year, so I expect another good game from him. DJ Moore against the Raiders. Travis Kelce against Baltimore. Keenan Allen against the Giants should be pretty decent. Chris Olave has been very solid as like a fourth flex option this year. 12, 11, and 15. So pretty decent. And he gets Buffalo's defense, who's not been very good. And then Bates against Cleveland. It'll be interesting to see if Daniels plays. If he doesn't, does Purdy play? And also another thing that Tyler has on his bench, he has Jawan Jennings. So if Jawan Jennings is playing, does he put him in there for somebody? I don't know. Keenan Allen and Olave have been very good, but that maybe could hurt Pearsall a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds with these two teams and what Tyler does. I think I am going to take Kroenke in a very close. I think this will be a close, high-scoring matchup. I'm going to take Kroenke just because I like his running back spots this week. I think both his running backs could do very good. I love JSN. Jameson Williams, I could see having a nice game. Adams, I could see doing good, and I think Kraft will do all right. With Tyler's team, I like Tyler's team a lot, but I just don't know about Daniels, if he's healthy, if he's going to play up to his normal ability. DJ Moore and Kelce are kind of, question marks. So I'm going to take Kroenke, but in a close, high-scoring game. And I think he overcomes Daniel Jones, getting him like 15, 16 points, but still enough to get the win. Cheese, who's winning?
Tyler is
Okay.
taking it.
Wow.
Because Luka's looking to lead.
Mm-hmm.
Bucky's going to have a legacy game. Keenan is going to pop off again against the Giants.
All right.
But I do think it'll be high scoring.
All right. Rat?
It pains me to say this, but Kroenke will put up the high scoring again this week.
Wow. Put up the highest points again this week.
Yeah, I like the matchup a lot.
Okay, wow.
Yep.
All right. Zombie.
It is kind of funny that we made fun of Tyler for taking Puka.
Yeah. I said that earlier before you joined. He's looking right now like he could be wide receiver 1 this year. With Chase's issues at quarterback, with Justin Jefferson's issues at quarterback, with CD hurt, he could be number 1.
I gotta say this. I made a mistake.
Ooh, all right.
I had picked up Daniel Jones,
Uh-huh. And you
and then I
dropped him.
dropped Daniel Jones, and I
Okay.
picked up Caleb Williams, and then
you
I
dropped-
traded Caleb
you
Williams.
Okay, yeah.
So I had two.
You had
I
two
had
decent
two
quarterbacks.
And you had Baker, by the way.
Oh, and you traded him, yeah. But
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So you're a
Had two
believer
guys
in
off the
Danny
waivers
Dimes
that-
moving forward still, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you just got a good offense.
Okay.
Cheeses in shambles.
I don't mind shambles.
Because everybody leaves the
'Cause you're
Giants and
Giants.
does better as soon as they leave you. All right.
So I'm gonna go with Jack because of it.
Okay.
At least Dana doesn't cringe like Saquon is now.
Okay.
What is that supposed
How's
to
he
mean?
cringe? He has a Super Bowl championship. Is that
Yeah,
crazy?
but he's a cringe person.
What? What? Oh, is it because he hangs out with Trump? Is that why you're saying that?
No, just his personality is weird.
I don't know. I think you loved him on the Giants, and then when he left, you hated him. And then when you saw that he hangs out with Trump, that was like the nail in the coffin for you. Where now he
Buddy,
becomes
Jackson
totally
Dart is a
great.
big Trump dude. Jackson Dart's also going to lead our team to greatness.
Yeah,
so.
and if he leaves and then becomes better like Daniel Jones, you'll be saying the same thing about him.
Well, if
in
he
4
leaves and
years.
becomes better, we just need to demolish MetLife Stadium.
Okay. All right, Kroenke, this is a big week for you, buddy. You know, if you win this matchup, you're 2-2. You're right in the mix. If you lose it, then Tyler's 3-1 and you're 1-3. Kind of a setback after last week's huge week. Are you gonna get this dub?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. I think
Okay. Tyler's
JSM's
team's
going to
good.
have a very good game tomorrow. I think that's a great matchup. Arizona doesn't have much of a defense. I think it'll be a shootout tomorrow. I think it'll be a very good game. But I think JSM's going to pop off.
Okay. Is Sharp out again this week?
Sharp has practiced both Monday and Tuesday.
Listed as
He is listed as questionable.
All right.
He practiced
So
both days this week, so
that could be a big boost for you if he steals a little bit of Walker's workload.
yeah.
We'll see though. Walker looked good
I'm
last
confident. I'm very confident in my team.
Okay.
I think Dimes is going to be good all year, guys. I think his ability to he gets a goal line. He gets a lot of goal line. I mean, a lot of goal line. I think
Is that like a shot
just
at Jonathan Taylor or something?
No, I just think he's got like 5 goal line carries already this year.
Is Pusa really starting Danny Pennies again?
Yeah. I mean,
look
Fields
at
is still
Penny's-
questionable. So.
Look at Pennies.
But he's like Danny Dollar.
Yeah.
I mean, he did
Penny's.
kind of
I
slow
will-
down. He only had 15
I won't
points against
disagree.
Tennessee.
Danny Jones is
I mean, they were blowing him out.
Danny Jones is one of the
Yeah,
best.
they were blowing him out
pushers in
because
the league.
Taylor ran all over him, not because Danny
Daniel
Jones.
Jones is one of the best short yardage guys in the league. It's been proven.
Says
Daniel
the guy
Jones
who's fucking
Daniel Jones is better
quarterback
than
and not even
Jalen
a
Hurts.
quarterback.
Okay, relax. That's not even true. Danny Dimes up there, but Jalen Hurts is the best short yardage guy in the game. So
Because of a play.
not really, because ban the play and Jalen Hurts is fine.
Well, okay, let's ban the play and find
okay,
out.
I'm down.
Okay.
I don't care. I don't understand what you
Buddy,
guys.
that's so capping, you know it.
It's the quarterback more it is than the player.
I disagree with that totally.
Okay.
It's the
Okay.
fucking line. It's the guys pushing them from
Okay.
behind.
Hurts.
It's everybody, and it helps that Hurts has fucking giant ass tree trunk legs that can also push, but he needs
Hurts
all
squats
that
like
other
600 pounds.
stuff. Yeah, but he still needs all that other people to do that
He
play.
doesn't need them. He
Okay,
doesn't need.
buddy.
And we also have Barkley. So I don't understand where we. I mean, ban the play. I don't care. People
Okay.
are.
All right.
Teams just don't know how to use it.
Okay. All right, moving on then to the next matchup. Speaking of Rat, Nico had a hurt lamb
Wait,
versus.
did I even pick that
Oh,
matchup?
sorry, no, you didn't. Go ahead.
Jesus
My
fucking
bad.
golfer. Come
Sorry.
on.
Buddy, I forgot you.
Who's
Happens.
playing?
You don't even know who's playing, so that's probably why I skipped
I
you.
know I didn't
Cronky and Tyler. I know who you're taking.
Oh my, you don't know who I'm
I
taking.
do know you're taking
We know who
Tyler.
you're
There's no
taking.
way you're taking Cronky after you just took $100.
I know what you're taking,
And
Zach.
there's no way I'm
You're
taking
taking a
Tyler
tie.
either
Okay, you're
after
taking a
he's been
tie.
AFK'd, not answering all my DMs about a certain player or two.
Hold on, did
I
you
will be
read his
picking a
comment?
low-scoring 60-point tie.
Okay, did you read his response today? He responded to you.
Yeah, I read it. It's a load of horse crap.
How's it a load of horse crap? He's saying to you, if you're interested in his players, to send him an offer
It's a
of the
load of
players
horse
you
crap.
want.
He just doesn't want to negotiate.
He's gonna negotiate. You send him an offer, and then he's gonna counter you back.
He just doesn't want to talk about it. He just wants somebody to bend over for him. And,
He doesn't want
an
you coming in
opening first
DMs.
Offer.
He doesn't want you coming in DMs trying to prod his team and
Look,
try to
I'm
rape
not
him.
the only one who thinks this. There are other people in this party who agree with me. They
I
won't
don't
speak up.
agree.
due to
I don't
fear.
think there's nothing wrong with saying if
Don't
you want a
agree.
player, you send an
They
offer. See,
won't
you
speak
always
up.
want the other person to send the offer to you first. And he's
We
just
have some
saying, no,
scared
you
bitches
send
in
it
this
first.
party.
I think it's a whole complete opposite with Tyler because he has not once asked for a trade to get done. There's a difference there.
Well, I think he's pretty
Thank
happy with
you,
his team.
fake rat.
I think
Fake
he's-
rat agrees.
Zach, I'm not
He's
agreeing
not
with
trying to
I'm
trade.
disagreeing with you.
He's not trying to trade.
I'm disagreeing with that.
Fake rat is agreeing with me based off what he just said.
Okay. All right.
But on to the
and-
next matchup.
yes.
just
Anyways,
get it
to
over
Rat's
with.
matchup that I'm sure he has a lot of optimism for here.
It's
Um,
over.
Against Slaps 2-1, Rat 1-2. Obviously has a hurt Lamb. So Slaps catches a break there, not having to face CD Lamb. Rat starting Caleb Williams against the Raiders after his big time performance this past week. He's throwing him in there this week against the Raiders. Obviously, he's not going to start Baker against his Eagles if he can help it. JK All Day Dobbins on Monday Night Football against Cincinnati. Should be pretty decent based on how Jordan Mason did last week against Cincinnati. Kamara against Buffalo. That could be a sneaky good matchup as Buffalo gives up a shit ton of points so far on defense. Nico Collins. Rat's going to need him to continue to put up those 20-plus point games and look like that first-round wide receiver to pick up the slack for CD. Tennessee, pretty good matchup to do it. Devontae Smith against Tampa Bay. Had a great game last week. We'll see how this game goes. Does the Eagles control the line of scrimmage and get out to a lead? Or does Baker come in there slinging it and get themselves up like Stafford did last week?
And the Guardians with the 5-1 victory.
Yes,
They
I already
win
turned it
tonight.
off when Jose Ramirez hit a frickin' 2-out frickin' single with the bases loaded.
And
It's over.
the Tigers series season's over.
Not quite. We have one more game tomorrow. But if we lose tomorrow and get swept,
It's looking
then
like
definitely
Cronky's
over.
season right now, dog.
Okay. Okonkwo against Houston. So he picked up the tight end, and he's going to start him right away against Houston. Interesting. Xavier Worthy, he has no injury designation, huh? So he's going to be good to go finally. Against Baltimore, big game there. Calvin Austin on Sunday morning against Minnesota. And Boswell on Sunday morning. So Rat could be waking up on Sunday morning throwing up if Calvin Austin does shit. Fuck all. On Slash's side, he has the boy Hurts, Rat's beloved Hurts, against Tampa Bay. Josh Jacobs on Sunday night against the Cowboys. That could be very good with the Cowboys defense. Chase Brown on Monday night, so they both have a Monday night running back, so that could be interesting if it comes down to it. I like Dobbins right now more than Chase Brown, but maybe Slaps is up and just needs some points to kind of offset Dobbins. We'll see. Tyreek Hill on Monday night as well. Oh my God, he's got 2 Monday night players. Big game against the Jets. That could be decent for Hill again. Fat Diarrhea after his worst game of the season against Atlanta, who just gave up a shit ton of points last week. Could be a bounce back for him there. McBride on Thursday night, so Slaps has a lot of Thursday and Monday night players. Kyron Williams against the Colts. Trey Tucker, the new pickup for Slaps against Chicago. Not a bad matchup, but we'll see how he does. I never like starting this type of player after he puts up a 40-point game because it just screams that he's due for like 7 points or something to come back down to earth, but maybe he can put up another solid performance again. And then the new Justin Tucker against Kansas City. So Slaps is benching Cup on Thursday night for Trey Tucker. That is an interesting call. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I don't like Cup, but I don't really think Tucker's going to do much this week after that huge game. I think this is closer than what Rat's all depressed. He's clearly in depression. You can hear it in his voice when he talks about his team. He's not excited. He keeps saying he's not having fun with fantasy this year because his team is nowhere near what it was last year. But it's still early, and I think this is going to be closer than what the score says. The only thing that hurts is Calvin Austin and Okonkwo, and maybe you're going to need Worthy to have a big game. We have yet to see Worthy really do anything because he got hurt right away. So who knows?
He's at a show.
He could pop off for like 25 maybe. And you're going to need it. But you know what? I'm going to pick the upset. I'm going to say Rat gets a win over Slaps and sends Slaps into a little bit more panic.
Should I go first here since you forgot about it last time?
Go ahead, Zach. Yep.
Thank you. Fake Rat is in fantasy panic for a good reason.
Okay.
His team sucks. His little lamb is hurt.
Yep.
Even though he sucked to begin with. His Nico Collins is ass. He'd be better off being hurt.
Okay. He had 22
Fake
points
Rat,
last
you
week.
need to make some moves, buddy. You need to make some moves.
He's trying. He was trying to
offered
rape
him.
people this week.
Yep.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say rape.
he's
buddy.
trying, but
I
that
wouldn't
just shows
say
you
rape.
how bad it is.
He's trying to rape
Nobody
me.
wants to trade with
People are
him.
not
Who's trying to rape who?
valuing
Who's getting raped? Who's getting
People are
raped?
not-
Nobody
people-
wants to trade with him.
People are not
Anthony,
valuing-
Who's
I
getting
am
raped?
picking, buddy.
Who's getting raped?
I
Hold
am
on, let
picking
Zach talk.
Slaps in a blowout.
Go ahead.
Okay. Interesting. Cheese?
Can I
Who's
change
win-
something really quick?
What?
I changed my pick. Zach losing to Golfer
Oh.
in a blowout.
Fake Rat picked me.
Yeah, he did.
Can I come
Hang
in
on
there?
a second, Mike.
Too late.
I'm
You already
looking
made your
at
pick.
the sleeper app right now. I'm
Picks-
actually looking at the sleeper app,
Pick's already
and I
made.
didn't see the matchups as clear as I just did. It'll be, pretty close.
So a tie?
Slap still pulls it out, but it'll
Oh.
be close.
Okay.
Close.
So I beat him. I beat Zach close now, Rat? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, wow. Go fuck yourself, Fake
All right.
Rat.
All right. Cheese.
I'm taking Slaps, but
Okay.
I don't think it's a high scoring affair.
Okay. Zombie.
I'm going with my boy, Fake Rat.
Wow.
Wow.
That's two people for Rat. All right. Who am I missing? Cronky.
It pains me to say this.
So go.
Okay.
Wow,
I cannot believe this, Rat. Get your shit together.
buddy.
He's trying to. You're not trading with him.
Yeah. I think trade values are out the
This is
window when
going
it
to
comes
be
to me.
a fucking ass raping.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I think we can all agree
Slaps is gonna
Cronky's the
put
biggest
him, but-
FFF here.
He has been loving Slaps a lot more. You know what I think it is? I think Cronky's secretly worried that they might match up in the final, so he's trying to smooth that bridge with Slaps.
Stuffer, shut your
Because
Yeah,
you know,
Cronky, you're
those messages
literally
he
being
put in
FFF.
earlier, in the chat where he was saying, you know what, Slaps, you're active, you're not that bad. That would have never happened before. I think he's actually worried.
FFF.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking the truth.
Oh.
We got bigger,
But I've been
non-active
telling
members
you
in
that
this
for
league.
a year now. That Slaps
Like who,
always
Cronky?
trades.
Like who, buddy? Like who?
You know who, Zach?
Say
And you
his
sit there
name.
and you
Say his
put
name.
in fucking guy might have got picked up by fucking
Tyler?
No, he's talking about Ernie.
Oh, you're not talking about Ernie.
Yes, he
You are
is.
not talking about Ernie.
He said he
I
sent
am
him a
talking
DM
about
yesterday, and he didn't. He still hasn't responded.
Oh, okay, Cronky. Just, you know what? You're done. Your time's done. Who's next? Who's next?
Okay. All right. Anth, who's winning between Rat and Slaps?
Calvin Austin Masterclass. We're gonna go Anthony the Rat,
Here
baby.
we go. Okay.
What?
I agree.
All right. And did you want to make any comments on your neighbors last week letting you down, as well as
Oh.
your matchup with Ernie? We already went over it. You're good friends with Ernie. You're both 2-1. It's kind of a big matchup. Some big bragging rights for whoever wins this
No
one.
Russell Wilson. Nabra's gonna actually produce, maybe, step it up a little bit. Maybe we'll get that
Okay.
30-point action again.
Okay.
And hopefully Mahomes doesn't shit the bed either.
Okay. Now your good friend Ernie. Are you going to be taking him down?
Buddy, I'm gonna take him. Never mind.
No,
Forget
say it.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
No.
Go ahead. I know
Okay,
what you were
no.
about to say.
Wow.
Say it.
No.
Were you
What
gonna
was I say?
Were you gonna say you're gonna
Take him
take
down
him
harder
down
than
like
ice,
he takes
baby.
down his girl?
What?
Oh, I
Don't
thought
put
that's where
words
you
in
were
my
going.
mouth. I was gonna
I
say
thought that's
ice,
where you
brother.
were going.
What girl?
I don't know. You said you had some inside information.
And why do you think it's a girl? What if it's a guy? Could be
Oh,
fucking anything.
oh.
Oh
That would be
no!
ironic. That would be ironic. All right. All right. Moving on then to the next matchup. This one
Wow, we
is
didn't get half the predictions.
what? Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Rat. I thought you didn't want to talk about your depressed team. I was
I
giving you a
don't.
break.
But
All
I'm
right.
winning by 45.
Oh, you're winning by
Oh,
45.
What? Who's playing
Okay.
CD Lamb?
So what? Slap scores like 75, and
I'm
you
just so
score
happy
100?
I see Trey Tucker in the flex instead of Cooper Cup.
Oh. Well,
I'm
that could
glad.
change.
But he is
That could still
this is
change.
Wednesday, so
Still could change. But he
J.K.
plays tomorrow.
Dobbins, 35 points.
Ooh, okay. It's a must-win for my Broncos. They cannot lose this game.
You started Bo Nix this week?
Shit
Did we talk
since-
about your lineup?
Yeah, we talked about mine. No, I'm going with Jordan Love this week only because he's playing the horrible Dallas Cowboy defense. Or else I would happily start Bo this week. All right. Now moving on to the next matchup, we have Pook versus Zombie. The rivals renew their long rivalry. Obviously, there was a time way back in the day where we were all much younger, where Zombie and Pook ran this league every year. They won the league every fucking year, back and
Okay.
forth. But that was a long time ago. Things have changed. There's new
Zombie
people
has a
winning the
job.
league.
Buddy,
Yeah,
I'm
Zombie
literally
has a
running the league
job.
right now.
Fucking Cheese and Rad have won the league. The newcomers the last 2 years. I mean, a lot of things have changed. Pook, to top it all off, one thing that changed. Pook is 0-3 to start the season. When has that ever happened in fucking this league? Never.
You should just
So-
move on. Don't even
So
waste your time.
that
He's
is
gonna go forward.
surprising. Now his team name does implicate that he has some hope to like run the table the next 8 weeks and
8 and
go
3.
8-3. So that starts this week with Zombie. He has to beat Zombie to be able to go 8-3. Obviously, Sleeper loves Zombie this week, 134 to 113. Obviously, Zombie's team is in a much better spot at 2-1. The real question is, will he send Pook to 0-4? That's kind of a big matchup for Pook. He has Sam Darnold, who he picked up today against Arizona. So he's got the Thursday night Darnold magic. I do kind of like that pickup. Now, obviously, he's trying to rekindle the magic he had with Darnold last year with Jefferson and Darnold. So we'll see, though, how that works. What has Darnold done this year? I haven't even seen. 5, 15, 16. Not great, but not horrible. Better than Dak Prescott, so I'll give him credit for that. Henderson against Carolina, decent matchup. We'll see if Henderson maybe gets some more of the ball after every other Patriot running back fumbled the fucking ball this past week. So we'll see if Henderson maybe gets more run. Chuba also against New England. Jefferson Sunday morning overseas against Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf as well Sunday morning. You got Sunday morning players galore to wake up to. Brock Bowers against Chicago. Could this be the breakout game for Brock Bowers? Pook is going to need it. Golden on Sunday night against Dallas. And then obviously Cam Scatabo, the Scatabo show now, although tough matchup against the Chargers, and Schrader against the Rams. On Zombie side, rolling with Jared Goff against Cleveland. Cleveland's defense has been the only bright spot for Cleveland this year. They are tough against quarterbacks. They shut down Love last week. We'll see. I would expect Detroit to come in against that defense and try to dominate up top and run the ball, similar to what they did against Baltimore. We'll see how that affects Goff. So not the best matchup for Goff. Achane on Monday night, so he does have a Monday night player, and it's a good spot for Achane. I think he's going to have a big game. Jets defense is not good. Hampton against the Giants could be also decent as well now that Najee is done for the year. That's a big boost to Zombies team as well that we didn't talk about earlier. St. Brown against Cleveland kind of goes with what Goff's going to do. Zay Flowers against Kansas City could be decent. Seems to have good games against Kansas City in big-time matchups. Warren against the Rams. Juggernaut Gervonta on Sunday night, so they both have a lot of Sunday night, Sunday morning players. Odunze finally gets in there. He started him last week, got 15. He's been very good so far this year. Against the Raiders, and then Cam Little against the 49ers. Obviously, I'm going to take Zombie. I just think Pook's team right now is in a rough spot. He really needs Jefferson to somehow start popping. He needs Bowers to start popping off, and he needs Henderson to start getting the run. I do like the quarterback change, though, for Pook. I do like Scatabo, but not quite this week. I like Scatabo moving forward, but tough matchup for Scatabo this week. So I think Zombie wins this quite easily and sends Pook to 0-4. Cheese,
I'm
who's
back.
winning?
Zombie.
Okay. Rat?
Zombie is sending Pook to 0-4. Pook, it's time to come back next year.
Whoa.
Just have your dynasty team ready for next year because this is the team that you want. And yeah,
Okay.
your team's pretty ass. I can't lie, and you're 0-4.
Okay.
Congrats to Zombie.
Slaps was 0-5 last year, and then he made a run.
Yeah,
Got
but
into the
this
playoffs.
is
not
not
over.
the team. No, it's
Okay.
over. I've
Okay.
seen enough out of Pook's team.
I think the problem with Pook too is he's such a stingy trader. He's gonna kind of have to take chances trading
yeah,
if
he
he's
wants
gonna
to
get
send-
a trade done.
DK Metcalf and Sam Darnold for Nico. Yeah.
Yes.
Let me
So
just do
that's
that real-
I think that's gonna hurt Pook if he does start 0-4 and he's gonna look to make trades. It's gonna be hard for him to find somebody to rape. I think he's gonna have to take a chance with some guys that maybe he likes moving forward. That maybe it doesn't look good. Like maybe the trade doesn't look good on paper right now, but then maybe it turns his season around. I think that's really all he can hope for, unless some of these guys like Jefferson and Bowers start going off. Let's see. Kroenke, who's winning?
Get the fucking beach ready for Pook. You know, lay out the lawn chair, maybe a couple
Already?
Coronas. Oh,
Come on.
No chance, golfer.
It's
He
week
is
4.
going. Leave him a can of sunscreen out there. Actually, he's Asian. He's not going to need it.
What? What does that mean?
Oh!
Holy fuck.
What do you
I
mean?
mean, he's not
They
wrong.
hate the sun. They wear long sleeve shirts
wear the
and
umbrella,
fucking
bro, the
hats and
visor.
umbrella. Yeah, they don't even fucking have any skin showing in the sun.
Well,
They
he's
would definitely
0
need
for.
sunscreen if he
He's
would.
going to the beach, buddy.
Oh
You
my
can't
god!
say he's not going to the beach. Hope you going the wrong way.
Wow. All right, strong prediction there from Kroenke. We're predicting beach already in week 4.
Well,
Fucking
and
crazy.
his beach ain't sunny. It's like hurricane weather.
Wow. All right. Zach.
We all know who the better fantasy player is historically. We all know that this person has the other person's number every time.
Okay.
This player is a multiple-time league champion, and the other person got lucky a couple times here and there.
Okay.
Oh.
This matchup will be the beginning of the end for Zombie because he won't win a game the whole season.
What?
Pook is
Okay.
he's gonna start his season right now, and Zombie's season will end. I don't think Zombie will win another game the whole year.
Really?
Okay.
Have you seen Zombie's team?
And I thought Poop was the one that couldn't say.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Now that was uncalled for. That was uncalled for. I do believe the injury bug will come around and bite Zombie right in the
Oh.
butt.
Okay.
Who's Zombie's best player?
St. Brown, Sun God, Ah-Chain.
Not for much longer because all of them are getting CT.
Okay. I mean, the only weakness on Zombie's team right now is fucking his quarterback, and
Quarterback.
that's not even
And he
really
won't
that
play
big
for
of a
him.
weakness.
Wait for the injury bug, like I said.
Okay. All right.
I think this is the last we're hearing of Zach this year.
Wow.
Wow, Chief.
Whoa.
He's gonna be 2-2 even if he somehow by the fantasy
He's
grace of
going
God,
into that
loses to me.
depression. He's going
Wow.
into that depression.
I mean,
Jeez,
that
I picked you to win this week, buddy. Fuck you.
Buddy,
Let me
when your
change my
kicker
pick.
gets another 3 points,
you haven't
Who
picked
does
him to
Cheese
win
play?
yet. You haven't picked him to win because we haven't gone over that matchup yet.
Fuck
It's
you,
last-
Cheese. Did Cheese
All right.
pick me to win?
You know, wait, I have one more comment because
did
Pook's
I?
about Get a-
No, you said Ernie.
a chain ran on him. That's what's gonna happen to Pook.
Oh.
Pook's
No, wait, Zach, I did pick you to win.
Zombie, are you gonna change your
Okay,
team
buddy,
name this
thanks.
week to running a chain
Oh.
on Pook?
Oh, there you go.
Whoa.
You should think about that, buddy, for
My
this one.
team name is the best.
Yeah,
Nico
you
had
just
a
change it
hurting
from
lamb. Is
her
that
to Pook.
Run a chain on he/him.
listen?
That's fucked.
Pook's team.
Wait,
It's
I
like
gotta go to
Russ-
Anth first. Hold on, I didn't go to Anth.
What?
Anth. Who's winning between Pook and Zombie?
Um,
Zombie took the #1 spot from you.
yeah, it's all good. You know, gotta help out the Mexicans sometimes. I think Pook should
It's
just,
okay.
just order the chip now, because if he's like Matt, it's gonna take a while. So fuck it. Just start ordering that chip now, buddy. That's all I'm gonna say.
I feel like Pook would do it. Actually, I feel like Pook might just take the buyout, to be honest,
Well, just
and pay it on time.
start working overtime, buddy. Then I don't know.
There's a long way. Listen, the way my team and Rat's teams are looking, the
Mhm.
battle for last place will be a tight one. So
I'll eat the
we
chip.
we do have a game ahead of
Shit
Pook,
my
which is
pants after.
good, but there's a long way to go.
What the fuck did you just say? What the... Did you just say share your pants?
Yeah. If Rat does that chip, he's fucking. You might
I'm
as well
leaving
eat
the
the
party
chip
as
on
soon
the
as
toilet. You
I
might as well
eat it.
just eat the chip sitting already on the toilet.
Wait, how much is the buyout?
$200.
Oh yeah, never mind. I'm not blowing up the.
You're not wrecking your toilet in your house for
Oh,
save yourself the plumbing.
Yeah.
$200.
yep.
All right, Zombie. I'm assuming you're beating Pook easily.
Listen. Pook's team is like Russell Wilson.
Oh,
They gave him 3 games, and they were like, "We don't want this anymore, buddy."
Okay. The difference is Pook hasn't been
It
able to trade
is-
yet, so to switch it.
It is very washed, and nobody wants him anymore. He should just retire.
Okay.
And just like
Okay,
Charger, just like my Chargers are gonna make Jackson Dart cry, I'm gonna make Pook cry this week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
well, you wouldn't really know
Strong
if he
statement.
cried.
Okay.
I sure hope Pook doesn't somehow pull the upset of the century this week. That would be crazy. All right,
Team
moving
Poop,
on.
let's go Poop.
All right, moving on to the final matchup of week number 4. We have Cheese taking on Bill. Bill, after that bad loss last week where he started the wrong guys and gifted me a win. Thank you, Bill, once again. Now has to try to rebound against Cheese, who is 2-1. So a battle of 2-1 versus 1-2. Cheese pulling out kind of that miraculous win as well against Anth when it didn't look like he was going to win. So got fortunate there. We'll see who pulls out this one. Right now, Sleeper projecting Cheese to win 130 to 122. Cheese has Josh Allen against the Saints. That's obviously a great matchup. The only thing Cheese needs to worry about is James Cook stealing all the touchdowns, and then they pull Allen early or something because the Saints are so damn bad. Christian McCaffrey against Jacksonville. Obviously, another pretty decent matchup. McCaffrey hasn't got hurt yet. It's been 3 weeks. I'm surprised. It could be coming. We'll see. It would be kind of funny if Cheese finally gets an RB2, but then Christian McCaffrey gets hurt, and then he
No,
doesn't
it wouldn't,
have
it wouldn't
an
be
RB1.
funny. It wouldn't be funny.
Come on, Cheese. Me and Rat have injuries. You can join us.
Yeah, I'm not joining you.
Lad McConkey against the Giants. If this isn't a get-right game for McConkey against the Giants to have finally a breakout game better than Allen and Quentin Johnson, then I don't know if it's ever going to come. Jacoby Myers against Chicago, also a pretty decent matchup. The newly acquired Ferguson against Green Bay, as we already talked about. We'll see who does better between him and Kraft. Cortland Sutton on Monday night, so he does have a Monday night player. Sutton's had 2 great games and then a mediocre one. Against Cincinnati, you expect to have a good game. And then, back from suspension, right out of the gate, overseas, playing on Sunday morning against Pittsburgh, Jordan Addison. We'll see how that affects Justin Jefferson.
Whoa.
We'll see how
He
that
might be
affects
drinking too much before
Carson
the game
Wentz.
starts. It might not make it.
Ooh, yeah. You better be careful that he doesn't get another DUI or something over there, because I'm sure their penalty for a foreigner with DUI is much worse than 3 games. And then Prater against the Saints. On Bill's side, he's got Justin Herbert in there against the Giants, so throwing to McConkey to offset some of that. Obviously, Gibbs against Cleveland. It's Gibbs. He's going to get 20-plus points. Derrick Henry. This is the matchup of 2 great PPR running backs, Gibbs and McCaffrey. They're both going to have good games. Derrick Henry against Kansas City. Derrick Henry kind of been slow these last 2 weeks after the monster first week. 2.3 and then 10.7, has also had fumble problems. So we'll see what he can do against Kansas City in that big-time game. Calvin Ridley still in the lineup. Wow, I'm surprised Bill is still sticking with Ridley. I mean, this has just been pathetic. 6.7, 8.7, and 3.7. If this was anybody else besides a Tennessee Titan fan that Bill is, Ridley would not be in this lineup. But Bill's a Titan fan, so he's still in there against Houston. McMillan against New England has some calf issues, so we'll see what happens with his injury status. Hunter Henry against Carolina, that is a good matchup, but he just had a monster game, so we'll see what happens in this game. Ibuka back in there against the Eagles. Now, no Mike Evans, so that should boost Ibuka, but also now Ibuka is kind of the main focus for that Eagles defense, so we'll see how that affects and how Ibuka does. Mooney against Washington, so interesting start there with Darnell Mooney and Myers on Thursday night, so he does have a Thursday night player in his kicker. He also has Kyler on his bench, who he's not starting. Seattle's defenses look good, and obviously he gets to Herbert against the Giants. This is interesting. You know, Bill's team, I don't really like it too much. Besides, I mean, he's got Gibbs and Henry, which are a great 1-2 punch. He's got Herbert, who's pretty good, and he's got Ibuka, who's been amazing. If Ibuka as a rookie isn't this good, his wide receivers and flexes would be god awful. So Ibuka's kind of carrying. I like Cheese's wide receivers much more. Now Addison's a big question mark. I think Pollard will do okay. It's going to be close, but I am going to take Cheese in a close matchup. I think this is like a 110 to 115 type of matchup that Cheese pulls out.
Let me go next.
All right, Zach, go ahead.
Cheese, I'm just wondering, did you pick me?
I did.
Well, even if you didn't pick me, buddy, I would be picking you because I do believe your team ain't that bad, and I do believe that Bill's team is dog shit. Just take a look at Derrick Henry. Somebody add him in the chat and tell him I said that.
He's never going to be on Zach's team. Never say
That's all I
never,
have to say.
Okay. Rat.
The first tie of the year will happen between these
Oh.
two teams.
Okay.
And my first tie prediction.
Wow. All right. Let's Zombie.
I'm gonna go with Cheese.
Okay. Wow. A lot of support for Cheese so far. Let's Cronky.
Cheese is gonna win.
All right. Bill's loving this. Bill's loving hearing everyone pick Cheese. Anth.
I'm gonna go Cheese just because last week his team played just as bad as mine, but he pulled off the win, so he's due for some players to wake up.
Okay. All right.
I will change my pick if I have to.
What? Oh, everybody's picked Cheese so far. So, Cheese. You got a big key win. I would say that's a key win last week when it looked like you weren't going to pull it out. Then you
That
did.
was a huge win.
You're 2-1, so you're looking good. And now you got to face. And now you
I
get a
was
kind of a matchup with
probably
Bill that you could go 3-1.
Allen, if I lost that, not for the Ernie offer.
Oh,
but
yeah,
he
we
was
know.
Getting,
Yeah, we know what you
he
were
was
doing.
getting
with
nuked if I had lost, but I think I made a good trade this week.
Uh-huh.
Good matchups. Lad's gonna get touchdown finally. So
Okay.
we'll take it home.
All right. There we have it. All right, so there is the matchups for week 4. Good luck to everybody in those. Make sure you keep an eye on the injuries if you have any in your lineup. Real quickly, looking at our league parlay for last week, we had a decent week similar to week 2. Week 2, we only had 3 people that were wrong. Week 4, we had 4 people. Myself, Anth, Ernie and
What you talking about? Mine
Tyler.
hit, brother. We
No, it
smoking.
didn't.
Get your
Ramondre
shit
Stevenson.
together, golfer.
He had 38. What do you have? Fucking, he had 30. What are you talking
No,
about? The guy had
he-
like 37 yards going in. What did he finish with?
No, he did not. He had like
What'd he
I
finish
think
with?
he had like 17. He fumbled early on and barely
Oh,
had
that's right.
any
That's right.
runs.
Sorry, you know, I was looking at the wrong stat. You're right.
Yeah,
I was looking at
no,
pass.
he had a
Yeah, you're
horrible
right.
game.
You're right.
So right now, I'd just like to point out Pook did finally get his first victory on this. So apparently he just needs till
Gotta start
Sunday
somewhere.
to pick a winning prop. There is
Wow,
two people
Pook's
that
1
are
and 6
0
in
and
the-
3 in picks, Ernie and Tyler. Now Ernie I think is trying, but he's just picking crazy odds. And Tyler,
Well, that's
believe it
not
or not,
trying.
I don't think Tyler's trying. I think because every week when he DMs me the pick, it's take so-and-so's normal line, and then I say, well, you could take this or that, and he says, nope, just normal line. And it's been a quarterback passing line the last 2 weeks, Herbert and now Goff, and neither of them have come close to hitting. So Tyler, we're trying to hit one of these once this year. I know you don't believe in this, but maybe get the computer model, take that dust off, and go back to that and try to give us a prop, because we need a winner. We need to win this one time this year.
I'm telling you, he just doesn't care.
Yeah. So
Like I
maybe
said.
We have
try
as
a little
much
harder.
chance of winning it than Pook does have winning
Golfer,
Fuck.
I am locking in.
Oh, you
my
want to give me
pick
it already?
right now?
Okay, go
and
ahead.
McCaffrey again. Just spam receptions every week until doesn't it?
The
Can I lock
normal
mine in too?
line, or you want?
Well, if the normal line is at 4 point, I'm echoing.
Somebody's echoing.
Second.
Not me.
If the normal line is at
Listen.
4.5, do it. And if not, take it so it's at 4.5.
All right. Well, if his normal line isn't 4.5, then it's either 4 or 6 that you have
4.
to do. They don't give me 5 as an option.
4.
I want to pick mine.
So you either want 4.5 or you want 4. Got
Yes, I will take the 4.5.
it. Okay, go ahead, Anth.
I'd like to go to my week 1 of CD Laminate. Never mind. Sorry. I'll pick on Sunday. Forgot. My bad. Sorry.
Wow.
Apologize.
Yeah, CD Lamb does
Right.
not have a touchdown this
My
year,
bad.
and he won't have
Forgot.
one for
Forgot
a
about
few
that.
more weeks.
I'm 3-0.
You are. You're doing good, Red. There's a lot of 3-0s. Slaps.
I can make people hate me this week if I'm picking a touchdown.
Slaps had to pivot as well. Shout out to Slaps. He gave a pick, but then they took down Cup's lines on Saturday when there was that scare of possibly JSN missing. So I waited till Sunday morning and the lines still weren't up, so I DM'd him on Sunday morning and he had to change his pick spur of the moment, and he picked a winner still. So shout out to him. He's 3-0. Cronky, great job. You're 3-0 as well. Great call on Mason. Rat obviously 3-0. Cheese 3-0. So you guys are doing great. Keep it up. Zombie as well 3-0. Keep it up. One of
Hey,
these days.
2-1 is respectable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2
what
and
the
1's
fuck?
respectable. 2 and 1 is respectable. The 0 and 3, we just need the 0 and 3. If these two go 0 and fucking 21, we're never hitting a fucking play. So they need to fucking at least get a win, and then hope everybody else also stays perfect or wins that week. So I like the deal. Send me the plays by Sunday morning, please. If you have them earlier than that, send me them.
I have a crazy play.
I don't
Oh,
like the word crazy,
Yeah,
but
do some
okay.
evil fucking-
Whoa, nobody else does.
All right,
this,
you
so I
want
might
to
as well
give it to me now, or you want to wait?
Danny Dimes interception.
Okay.
Oh,
That
my
seems like a lock
God,
to
what
me.
are
I
we
mean, I don't
doing?
know why you're saying that's crazy.
What are we doing?
All right. I mean, Rat's
That's my
3-0. I can't shit on it. It is kind of risky, though.
Seems like a lock.
That's my
Okay.
play.
All right. Anybody else
What
before
are
we move on?
doing? Golfer, you gotta put an end to this. They need to. If they bitch all the time about, we're never gonna hit one.
I'm 3-0, bud.
Then he
Um,
fucking submits a
Cronky. I
minus
like that
110.
idea. Not
Cronky, take a Tylenol. Relax, Cronky.
Your autism's kicking in, buddy.
He's 3-0. He's 3-0. Give him.
Interceptions are so fluky.
He's not 0-3. If Ernie gave me this play, I'd be right there with you, Cronky. But Rat's 3-0. He knows what he's doing right
Buddy,
now.
it's Danny Pennies.
Okay. You're
What are
just
we talking
hating
about,
extra
Denny's?
Cronky because it's your quarterback this week.
It's
Yeah,
dollars
is better
this
than
right
Lee
now.
Moore right
Shut the hell. What? Who? Zombie? Is that you? Pipe down, zombie. Shut the fuck up. You piece of
Zach,
shit.
I also need to shout out you.
Thank you.
You went away. You were smart. You went with Chase the first 2 weeks. You went away with him. We went away from him in week 3 to Lamar. That's very smart considering
Great.
now Chase has a bum quarterback. So great
Whoa.
job.
We might
All right.
have some more Lamar plays in the future.
All right. Well, like I said, everyone can DM me those if they got them.
We won't have any Justin Herbert plays or whoever Zombies quarterback is because that guy is ass.
We might have Justin Herbert. Tyler picked Herbert 2 weeks ago. I'm sure he'll pick a quarterback.
And there's a
passing
reason
line
he
again.
lost. And
Yep.
he's 0-3.
All right.